Well, you know what we gotta do, though, right? We gotta throw a fireball.
No. Cobalt.
That's your cue, Cobalt. Ready?
So the head, like, hit the ground, and the people who are at the three young gentlemen who are sitting at the table with him, like, jump up immediately. And they look like they're about to accuse you of, like, killing him or something crazy happening. And everybody else, like, kind of, the whole place quiets down a little bit, and everybody, it's like this silent panic that ensues because nobody's really quite sure what they just saw happen. And people start, like, standing up from their tables and, like, looking over there, and they're looking at Ulthion, they're looking at all of you, they're, like, people start to whisper about, what happened? What's going on? Is he dead? Like, nobody can really believe what they just saw, so there's just this absolute non-comprehension of what's happening. Meanwhile, like, the room has begun to, in a way, like, darken as the lights and candles are being kind of snuffed out, and there's this powerful, menacing aura that's kind of just pushing into the room near every one of you. It's just in there. It's filling all the spaces between, this void that's just pulling at your very souls and essence, and just tearing into your free will. There is a stench and, like, a heat that also starts to kind of rise and permeate through the room. This heat is uncomfortable, like being way too close to a large bonfire. But this darkness is manifesting in an almost tangible way in the space where the dead body was. And in certain, when you try to look past it, you can't even see the people on the other side of the room behind it. Once everybody starts to put this together, that's when people start panicking, and you see people, like, just immediately start leaving and fleeing the area, screaming about dark magic or evil creature or something in the space. And you hear one person just claim, and elf just, like, somebody just got murdered in, just out, they're running into the streets yelling this now. The barkeep just, like, dives behind, and the staff flees, and it's just you in this building as this menacing force begins to slowly encroach upon where you all are. And you can hear, but you can't see anything, these footsteps, these heavy, crashing, thunderous steps of just absolute power as they're slamming into the ground. Although there is nothing tangible happening, nothing's being damaged, but it's very clear that something is here. And it's like pushing its way through the rafters. You can hear the wood creaking and bending, but nothing breaks.
Ulthion, what's the likelihood of a fight?
I think we're beyond a fight. Everyone circle up. A spirit followed us through the veil.
I have a question for you. If you could heal me a little bit, I'm still very fucked up.
There's a deep growl that just kind of permeates through the room and seems to move beyond. And
We need to be very careful before we act.
That's why I would like a little bit more, I don't know, pep in my step.
I'll remember. I don't want to provoke it.
Alright, well, I'm just saying, I may not make it.
Drink a potion or something.
Hold. Careful. It's watching us, sizing us up, looking for weakness.
Oh, no. Weakness.
At that, I actually just pulled Gwendolyn out.
It's not here yet. I don't think Gwendolyn will do anything.
No, but I would rather have it in my hand if it comes out.
Right. If you feel safe, I understand.
Is it coming from another plane or something?
It feels like a demon.
There's a drop in like the air pressure in the room, and then there's like the sound of something like almost snorting, and air just kind of gets pushed across the floor, like a dog does when they're trying to sniff something, just poof, and just pushes up, and this hot air just crosses through the room.
I might be able to do something. It's extremely risky, though. Don't know how to get rid of it in its state, but if I can force it If I can force it here in the material plane, at least you'd be able to use Gwendolyn.
At that, I kind of reach in and I pull a potion out. And I fucking crack the top and I drink it.
Okay.
Well, then let's go. I'm ready.
I will take my drift globe out and light it and see if we can see any better.
Yeah, the whole room isn't necessarily encased in any darkness. It's just this... It's almost like this effervescent form of shadow that's kind of just stalking through the space. It's hard to put any sort of limitation on where it begins or where it ends, other than you can see this like non-physical being that's there. Every once in a while they'll feel like there's this like kind of roil of like maybe like a blackish smoke and a form that kind of passes through it, but aside from that, there's really nothing that you can see of it exactly.
Since Ultheon says he thinks it's a demon, I'm gonna call out in Abyssal. I don't know what you are, but I don't think you belong here. See if it responds.
You just get a guttural response, the low growl.
Careful, Katarina. All of you, actually. If you hear whispers or anything, do not engage with it. It may attempt to possess you or drive you mad. These things, they're not to be reasoned with or battled like a devil. They literally just want to watch everything burn.
Do the thing, man.
Well, what do we do? How do we win or send it away?
And we make it fightable. It's going to require a lot of faith. I'll take my glaive, Soraya, and just hold it out to you. Can't have faith if I'm leaning on a crutch. I'll step forward with my holy symbol in hand. Raise out both of my arms. By the light of Glorindel and the Seldarine, I compel you, demon, reveal yourself. And then I'll hold my holy symbol up.
Okay. There is a powerful, reverberating growl that just issues back forth across you, the force of which tears at like your cloak and your face and hair and just moves everything. And what you all see as he's raising up his holy symbol is this form kind of stepping into his vicinity, getting closer and closer to him with each of these heavy pounding steps. As the light kind of begins to flicker and emit from his holy symbol, there's a light flash, and in this black smoke you can make out this massive shape of this demon from beyond the veil, this ancient entity created by the Formless One. The sorts of demons that would only be whispered about in polite society, names that don't get mentioned. The greater demons from beyond the veil, the things that would lead the Formless One's ancient armies against the Pantheon, his brothers and sisters. These great, colossal horns coming down forward across the brow, these black wings of smoke. Pure chaos as it takes another step forward, and the shadows once again kind of encompass it, and that form dissipates.
Don't leave, stay into the light, beast. Confront us.
There's another guttural growl, and the power and breath of which just runs through the room and shakes the building, and you can hear it cracking and creaking around you like the structure can give out at any moment. It will just collapse inwards and fall apart on you. This holy light radiates forward again, splashing against it, and defines it even more. These wings, these massive black wings of corrupted chaos just swing forward, pushing the black smoke out as it roils across the ground at your feet and just fills the room. This darkened, maddening miasma. I need everybody to make a DC 21 charisma saving throw.
Oh shit! Maddening my asthma. 21
Holy
charisma?
shit.
That's pretty high. In fact,
Oh! Oh no!
I cannot make a 21, so I will.
You're a bard.
Just
You should
not
be good
roll.
at charisma saving
natural
throw.
20s.
Natural 20s do nothing. for
Uh,
saving
can I-
throw.
I got a nat 1.
But rolling a 20, you don't have a plus 1.
I still have inspiration. That's all.
I got 26.
Yeah,
I don't
sorcerer.
Do you have a coin over there?
I have a
don't,
plus
but it's
9
clicked on
to my
sheet.
charisma
Nice.
save.
Wasn't it clicked on your sheet last week? We had the same conversation, and I thought you used it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure you used it last week.
Yeah, I got a 10 because I have a plus 9. But
Roll away, buddy. See what you got.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Shut up! You have no room to
So,
talk.
I just
You're
didn't
why
roll.
we're in this mess.
You you have advantage on
I
this.
brought us a Baylor. It's
that
gonna
might
be
help.
fun. Come
Okay,
on.
I'll roll here.
Oh.
Oh!
You should re-roll that.
Oh, I'm so glad I have advantage.
Oh, it's gonna be some kind of charm, and then all of you guys are gonna turn against me.
8.
Me.
So-
Only me.
Wow.
It's gonna be
So-
fine. We're gonna be fine.
So who
Oh,
failed?
It's probably gonna scare us. It's whatever.
I think I'm the only one that passed.
Are you the only one who passed?
I think so.
Everybody else failed.
Everyone else failed.
So,
21's real high. You know.
as its
Yeah.
as its aura of madness and fear irradiates outwards into the room, the only even Ulthion is shaken to the core by the foul beast's presence as it begins to march forward, looming over you all. Even he steps backwards, and the light of his holy symbol of Alatrari begins to wane and is pushed backwards into it. The only thing standing between you and this demon is Ulthion at the moment. And Katarina seems to be the only person capable of maintaining herself at the moment. So this thing is encroaching on all of you. What do you do? Everyone else begins to basically step backwards in terror. Wide-eyed, confused.
I'm going to hope that this thing doesn't have true sight, and I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points to cast darkness. And if I cast it using my sorcery points, I can see through the magical darkness,
that's
but
cool.
nothing else should be able to.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna really hope that if it tries to start attacking us, it's gonna not be able to see us and have disadvantage. So I'm gonna cast darkness.
Okay. So, as you begin the components and casting forward, it steps forward and roars. Your spell goes off, but the darkness is just dispelled immediately. There's a thud, and you can actually see the spell just dissipate. It's blasted outwards as though it was hit by some sort of counterspell. Whatever this is, whatever its name, whatever it's doing, is well beyond such trickery. Because in order to get to whatever position it's been in, cheap tricks like that will not abide and will only cease to anger it. And it's... You have read about these sorts of things in your father's books in his libraries, these ancient beasts and their power, but they don't make it to the material plane very often, so most people, it's all second-hand tales. So as it does that and just dispels her darkness, the light from your holy symbol is just almost squelched. And you're all embroiled in this this darkness, absolute darkness, beyond which its form comes more solid into view, but there's also more than just it. On the other side, past it, you can see this tear, this very tiny zipper length bit of planar destruction that is currently opening as it's trying to manifest itself and connect to its lair in the abyss.
Oh. Time. Using what little magical power I have left for the day, Locke is going to leap forward at that tear and try and grip it. Dispel magic.
You wouldn't be able to reach it.
No?
Nope.
Where's it at?
All the way on the other side of him.
So
In
are
another space that's intangible.
So are they like frightened? I guess I wouldn't really know.
Yeah, they're all frightened and under the effects of the confuse spell. So what do you do?
Oh my gosh. I got
I'm gonna focus inward and try to drown out all of the noise I've been dealing with lately about the fear of Eridor and my insecurity about my quest. Grasp that holy symbol tighter. You may be able to affect me, but you are powerless to the will of Alatrari. And I'm just going to try to push again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you hear him say this prayer out loud, this last bit of courage that he can muster.
Hand shaking.
Raising upwards, the light begins to pulsate forward from it. And you realize that the only thing standing between this and its legion of demons following in its footsteps that would be unstoppable at this point is his faith and courage. So, I need you to make we're going to go with a religion check.
Okay.
It's going to be a flat roll against it.
Flat roll as in I'm just adding my religion, no nothing else. Or as in no advantage
No
or disadvantage.
No advantage or
Okay.
disadvantage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, that's what's nice. My faith in the Seldarine will see me through.
Figured that.
That's all I have.
Sorry. Don't worry. I'm busy shaking it.
Yeah, I'm freaked out right now.
No, I'm freaked the fuck out.
I got a 10.
a 10?
Oh wait, I got a 12.
Can you reroll anything?
I can only reroll my religions checks when I'm actively like flipping through my
Okay.
Librum Visinia, yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what this comes to.
I like that.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
I did some blind magic in this die.
We broke the universe, everyone. Congratulations, new campaign.
Again.
We're gonna be fine. I don't know what you're all worried about.
Wizards
It's gonna be
playing
great.
the temporal states of magic.
No matter what happens here, it's gonna be awesome.
It is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. It is awesome. This is pretty awesome.
So, with the power granted by your divine faith and through your holy symbol, there is an aura of light that kind of pushes outwards from you and slams into this beast, and it strips away like the encompassing shadow, planar shadows that have been obscuring it, and into the room, the massive hulking form of this Balor is now just given outright, made of this shadow, the fire of its whip, and the electricity of its demon forged sword, kind of just arcing outwards. It's pushed past it, and then it groans and growls, and it begins to be like torn away as bits of it are kind of pulled, and behind that zipper begins to slowly close, and then the shadows once again all coalesce in the room. The room begins to lighten and become normal. Your nose begins to bleed profusely, and your eyes begin to bleed, and you're shaking, and your body feels like it's coming apart at the very level of your soul, and your actual life energy is being torn from you as you're pouring it into your holy symbol, and the Balor is torn from the material plane. The room shakes and creaks, and you all see it disappear from that space, but the shadow that it started as once again moves into the far corner of the room, and then you hear it dissipate as it moves through, shaking the building, and moves somewhere else, and you lose sight of it. It just leaves the building. So while he wasn't capable of banishing it, you subdued it. Its attempt to actually gain access to the material plane in the room. So the fight's not over, but for a moment, it's going to be gone. Where it decides to manifest from this point is a different problem. And Ulthion just collapses to the ground immediately.
I'm gonna sheath Gwendolyn and move up to Ulthion.
Ulthion, are you alright? What the hell was that?
A greatest demon. Please, help me up.
Yes. I reach underneath. I grab like just underneath your arm, and I fully stand you up.
I'm going to need your legs for a while.
Go ahead, do not let go.
Lean on you.
And I sheath Gwendolyn and move Soraya's Wrath to my right hand so he can fully grab my left arm.
I'm having some trouble seeing.
That's
I'll
fine.
go grab a rag and start wiping the blood off of your face.
Is it gonna come back?
From outside, you hear it roar and people scream.
It's not gone yet. We have to press on.
We have to fight it.
We have to do something.
Oh, there. We're gonna have to track this thing down. We can't just let it go, but it's gonna be hard. Here! As I reach into my bag, I pull out some of my grease, maybe hair grease, maybe not. I pull out some of my grease and I wipe it over your bloody eyes, and I cast True Seeing.
Ooh.
That's dope.
So
That's terrifying, but thank you.
yeah, so you get to see things as they actually are for the duration. You have True Sight. You notice secret doors hidden by magic and can see into the ethereal plane, all out to a range of 120.
Thank you, Tren. I think we've cut off the reinforcements, but this thing alone could level the city. If it manages to gain a foothold.
Well, it's a good thing we have a servant of the Seldarine here with us. As I give you a bardic inspiration! You're inspired.
You throw a dice and it scares me.
Yeah.
Well, I do think those screams are going to lead us right towards it, and I'm gonna run outside and see if I can see it from outside the front door.
We're going to have to
Okay.
fight this, yes.
Make me a perception check.
Are we still
We are
terrified
fighting it
and
in some way.
confused?
You're all confused for sure,
Oh, that's actually
at least for the moment, because it's been like 30 seconds.
15.
15. You don't see it anywhere. Nothing that stands out to you directly. It's its form is going to be hard to find until it physically manifests itself once again. It's going to be a shifting shadow or a living darkness that just moves. In the waning light of like the evening of the day into the moonlight, it's going to be hard to see it without direct light on it.
I'll put my hand on you and Celerine, whatever power you can give, I'll need it for my friends too. I'll cast 4th level Cure Wounds on you through the ring of the Sayanine, so that's static 36 hit points.
Ooh, I have an average player's health.
I don't know what that
As we
means.
qualified with you.
It was more along the lines of just making a joke.
Alright, we need to move. Look, either you come with me and risk quite literal eternal damnation, or you flee. Once we step through that door, that's it.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's been 2 times that I felt truly scared. A third now. One is when we faced the Riven. Second was when we faced that vampire lady. And now I felt fear again. I have a chance to face it, and I will. I'm behind you. Or next to you if you still need someone to be by you. We have our problems, but we are going to do this together.
There's no reason to fear. Celerine will help. It's not the type of battle you asked if we were fighting. It's different. A demon's going to corrupt its environment. It'll cause chaos, and the very presence of it will start to corrupt those around it. We will see all kinds of evils the longer it stays here.
That means the sooner we need to deal with it, yes?
Yes.
It's our mess anyway. That thing had to have come along when we teleported.
Very definitely did.
So we're the ones who have to clean up our mess. Right, Locke?
What?
We need your help. Locke. The demon. Locke, are you okay?
We have to go before it's too late.
From outside, can I tell where the roaring is coming from, or from like where the screaming is coming from, like what general direction?
Yeah, it's coming from further into the city, like towards the arcane quarter, towards the towers of high sorcery and magic.
Look, I think I can stand myself, but stay close, just in case.
I'll be by your side. Let me know when you want Sayara's wrath.
Soraya, thank you.
The language.
Yes. And I'll start. I'm gonna go out the door and try to follow the beast as best I can with my true sight.
I'm gonna stay in step behind him.
Trent's true sight, really.
Yep. I'm gonna stay in step behind him and have the spear on my left hand so I can just push it to him if he needs it, and I have the hammer at the ready.
Okay.
Is everybody following?
Anybody else?
Oh yeah, I'm already out there.
Oh, that's true. You went out.
Yeah, she went out to look for it.
I tie a rope to Locke, and then I tie the rope to myself, and then I run dragging Locke along, which I'm not dragging him at all, but at least guiding him. I'm his guide goblin.
I'm following him
Seeing
along.
eye goblin.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too hard to find it. I think we may be connected in some way.
I feel
Also
like I've
you.
done something terrible.
Well,
Did I do something?
No, Locke, and you're not going to think about that right now. No doubts from any of you. It will feed on that. All you're going to think about is destroying or banishing this creature. Nothing else.
oh
Right.
No weaknesses, no pain, nothing.
I can do that.
Yes,
No,
you can.
I'm good at
You
that.
say not to think about it, and now it's all I can think about. Don't think about being brave.
Just
Don't think about being brave. Right, Locke? Don't think about being brave.
That'll work, Trin. Well done.
that'll do, Goblin. That'll do.
As we move down the street towards it, we do need a plan, though.
I have no idea. Just tell me what to do.
Katarina, you resisted it. Maybe you can do so again. You might have to draw its attention while we get into place.
I can do my best.
Right. Locke, I saw you try to move towards that rift. What were you planning?
Close the door.
Well, for now, I think that's closed. Is there some way you can suppress a creature like this? Even if just temporarily. Counter spells.
I can try to charm it. I'm not sure how receptive it's going to be to something like that.
I don't think it'll be susceptible to any of the lesser magics. If you don't have something big to throw, I wouldn't throw anything.
My
Also, we
darkness certainly
don't
didn't
want to
work.
fight it on its own terrain. We can draw it to us.
What is your opinion about fighting it in its face?
Fighting in its face to face, or
If I have to hit it,
I don't think it will work unless it's material. That's my plan: is to draw it out of the shadows
and then let us.
and then strike.
You tried to send that man away. Could you do it to this?
In a manner of speaking, it wouldn't be the same, though. That's a simple litany from the scriptures. This would require a lot more.
We have to send it back.
It should be able to materialize wherever. Maybe we can trap it, imprison it somewhere. We need to choose a place for combat.
Yeah.
Could we imprison it?
Maybe,
A vessel?
if we're quick enough. We could draw a circle of magic and we could summon it.
I'm good with that.
I'll have to seek out some form of name.
Yeah, like what if we summon the wrong one and then we have two?
Shouldn't be hard to summon the right one. I felt its energy.
Well, how do we learn its name? Do we just introduce ourselves and say, "Hi, my name's Tran," and so, "Oh, my name's
I will go to the circle, and with their help, I'll draw a binding circle.
So you want to summon it to the major circle?
Where else?
But how do you learn its name? Do they have a big book of demons in the Mage's Circle? Like a yearbook of demons that they... Oh, that's him!
You know, it's...
It will only last an hour, but we'll be able to speak to each other at distance.
Do it.
Everyone, hands in.
Go, Thunder Dangerous!
Alright,
Glad you're on our side.
we're all
Thanks.
telepathically
I'm
bonded.
always on your side.
We're all telepathically
I'm just here to tell
bonded after
stories.
I cast a spell, so you all feel like a static shock from my hands, and then like your hair stands up.
The human texts, especially in Bravadus, usually link the demons to specific sins. The Baelor is confident, prideful. That's its true weakness. It's going to want to go somewhere that it believes reflects its lordly might.
What if someone starts calling it out? Affecting its pride.
Yes, that would be a way to draw it out, but we need to pick the place first.
Somewhere that we have a name it. I'm a little confused. It scared the shit out of me. I won't lie. I feel
We might be able... Maybe we could trap it in a temple. It wouldn't necessarily choose that place because it reflects its lordly might, but it would choose that place because it would want to prove its strength.
What if we go to, like, maybe your god's temple?
Alatrari's temple is not here, but the rest of the Seldarine could do. Glorindal's light alone would be powerful.
We convince it that we can challenge it, fight it, get it into the temple, and then I don't know what your magic does, but maybe trap it. Maybe create a holy not leave center.
Well, maybe
It's
we
not a
could,
bad
like,
idea.
trick it. You were saying that it might take advantage if we had doubts or whatever. Maybe I go in the circle and I'm like,
Right.
oh, I feel really bad about myself and I have low self-confidence, blah, 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 and then it jumps in me and then it's trapped.
No, you have to present a prize. You need to be seamless. It would need to feel like you were incorruptible. I'll have to be the bait. Or Katerina. One of us, trapped in the circle with it. At least until it's material.
I brought it here. I'll do it. I need it.
You're already expressing doubt, Locke.
I need a
I
magic
appreciate the
circle.
martyrdom, but I don't think you can do it.
I can speak its language.
That's true.
What about
And
me?
you resisted it the first time.
I don't know if I could, maybe.
You need to be outside the circle because you'll be charging in when it's time.
Yeah.
Katerina, I don't want to put you at risk, but you may be the best bet.
Can do we have any magic to make her better at just anything?
don't think we can make her any better than she already is.
All the flattery aside.
Well, I can cheer her on from the sidelines.
If it works, if we're throwing her into a circle with, Baylor, was it?
I'll be alright. Worst comes to worst, I can dimension door out. It'll be fine.
Maybe. It rode along the first time. We need to be careful. But, Locke, you suggested the tower, the Mage's Tower.
A lot of magic to help bind it.
That may be a better idea than the temple.
Wizards, the whole.
They're not stupid.
They'll certainly have a large empty chamber for practice.
All right. Then a temporary split. Katarina, Locke, you go to the temple.
We'll draw a circle and use her as bait, I suppose. If you start drawing on dark magic, sense that.
No, actually, we'll have to go to the temple. You'll need divine magics to help draw that circle. Katarina and Trin, you're going to lure the beast here. To the Mage's Tower. You said you can teleport. If you need to, maybe use that. It'll be hot on your heels, but that might work. These short jaunts. Godric, I'm afraid I think you may be useless until just the right moment.
Oh, I can feel that.
So you choose where you want to be.
I have no idea. If I can't hit it, I can't do anything.
You can hold me up.
Then there we go.
Trin, you stay with Katarina. Keep her alive.
Yeah. Be brave. Think brave.
Don't think about being brave.
I also assume all of this is what we're running
Yes.
towards.
Yeah,
Well, hurry walking. I don't know if I can run right now.
Brave.
Once we have a plan, I'm gonna just pick Ophion off the ground and just throw you on my shoulder.
You do hear me whisper. Now is not the time for pride. As I let you do it.
Now's the time to pray.
It's heading towards the Mage's Tower. We might not need to split for long. But let's get ahead of this thing.
Then we need to go to the temple first, yes?
Sprint this.
Point. And I just fucking full dash sprint as hard as I fucking can where he tells me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have your glaive in one hand and I'm grabbing your legs just.
Okay. I think we have a plan, yes?
Yes.
Mhm.
So me and Locke are going to help create a circle to trap it in. You're going to lure it there with Trin. And Godric, you are literally physical backup.
I am, yes.
Okay.
Ophion? We're gonna have to leave you behind. Can you catch up?
Absolutely. Oh, where are we going? What are you going?
The Mage's Tower.
I just go. And I just start.
I use my final 4th level spell slot. You feel very light, and now you can fly at 60 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. we'll
I just
fly.
grab the glaive.
I reach over and just take off.
Yeah.
I just start running faster. Now that I don't have weight, I'm full sprinting.
We're both flying.
He might actually beat us even with the flight.
He might.
He's
He's gonna move
fast.
pretty fucking quick.
Well, I'm moving 80 right now. No, 90.
So the mage and the priest
Just fucking
flying right above the
Right above the
map
roofs.
of the earth, right above the roofs,
This is
straight
the
towards the tower.
greatest image ever because people are running and scared. There's just a Goliath. And you two are just
Freight training. All right.
And as soon as I feel like we're close enough that I can hear it and it would be able to hear me, I'm gonna start yelling in Abyssal. Running away from a bunch of mortals. It's a good thing that your army couldn't come through. What would they think of you now? And just just talking shit.
Okay. Sounds good. Make a
Oh, shit. You are in danger.
charisma check.
Yeah,
Like
charisma.
So
Just charisma or like a persuasion or deception?
No, it's not deception or persuasion, but it's also not intimidating. So just charisma.
Just force of will.
Yeah.
16.
16? Okay.
This is scary.
So Here. There is a growl from somewhere nearby, and then you hear the sound of structures being slammed into, and then more people yelling. But you can't tell if it's closing in on you or if it's just nearby. It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going until we see it, pretty
Okay.
much.
So you two are heading to the towers of high sorcery and magic, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The circle of deep shadows.
Yeah, we'll kind of let them get ahead of us so that they can start getting ready. And then,
And then
once
you guys are headed where?
Once it finds
We're
us,
headed to
we'll
the
head that
tower.
way.
We're just trying to get there first so we can start basically building up some type
Okay.
of wards to trap it.
Okay. All right. So you're not 100% sure how well it worked, but I mean there was at least a response, so something happened. It does seem to be going in the same direction, anyways, towards the towers. Which a place of powerful and concentrated arcane magic could be a great place for it to try to open up a portal to another plane. There's already a teleportation circle there. Aside from that, you all arrive at the tower earlier. The tower's already on alert and like an uproar, and the guards, the elven warriors and guards that are stationed around that part of the section of the city, are already preparing for like a conflict to come to the tower. As you kind of race up the steps and go into the opening hall in the bottom floor of the tower, you see Kavira and Ilyana are already there.
Oh. These are the reinforcements we might need.
So they kind of see you and they're walking forward, and Ilyana addresses you all. What has happened?
I pull out my Librum Thicinia and start flipping through it. Look, catch them up.
Our transport here, we came
I walk up
to the
behind you and just
teleportation
pick you
circle,
up as you,
and we picked up a
since we don't
traveler.
have stop.
A Balo
And you
has
can
followed
go,
us
"Sorry,
through.
we don't have
Traveler is a very light way of putting. We brought one of the most dangerous demons in all of existence with us
Yes,
into
we
your
did.
city.
Punish us later. Right now, let's deal with it.
No, there will be no punishment. These things happen, but I don't think your friend quite understands the gravity of what he just uttered to us.
He knows.
I understand the gravity, but I understand we need to get to work. So, abjurers, circles, conjurers, gather them up and let's get them.
No. You need the least amount of people possible. Too many. This thing is not stupid. We need. It came with you. You should all serve as bait enough.
Seems simple enough to me.
It's headed this way anyhow.
Too many people in one place would make it far too obvious that we're preparing ahead of it.
Right. Is there some way you can put just the tiniest of holes in the wards on the tower? Some way for it to sneak in?
We already have. Most of what we have wouldn't be able to stop it anyways. Not something of this power and magnitude in person.
Right.
It's already here. Most of the wards that we have available failed to prevent it from manifesting to begin with.
Where's the largest, emptiest room, the practice room?
We're going up to the teleportation chamber.
That makes sense. Technically, that's where it started.
It's also one of the highest concentrations of magical power in the area, and it's already technically a space where the veil is weakened because of the nature of the magic itself. It seems likely that it would try to attempt to come here and open up another portal to allow other demons in.
Makes sense.
Unlike many of the weaker demons, the Baelor, unfortunately, has enough power to try and do so almost immediately. It won't take it long to manifest the portal. Weaker demons might take weeks, months, or even years to accomplish such a feat, but not the Baelor. I'm sure its effects are already stretching across the city, and the population seems to be in chaos already.
Yes.
So, follow me. We'll go up and we'll prepare. We will attempt to use some wards to weaken it. But ultimately, ultimately we're going to have to fight it in one way or another, in an attempt to at least weaken this form so that it can be malleable and pushed back through the veil.
Are there any healers in the tower?
No, we have no healers in the tower.
All right.
Not at the moment.
You have one.
But your energies are going to be needed.
My energies don't matter. The Seldering will provide our faith.
Just
I pull out a greater health potion. I'm still drinking this goddamn thing. Fucking drink
Right,
it.
lead the way.
So they head up to the top of the tower with you, or near the top.
Pull my potion and break it too.
So meanwhile, the two of you,
The point was fucking.
you're more successful at goading it than you're comfortable with, because it actually begins charging after you, and you can see it slamming through the city buildings and catch glimpses of its fiery whip and like electric sword as it just cuts through buildings and literally goes out of its way to eviscerate every living being that comes within range of it. So you have to watch as it steps on, eliminates, and murders every elf or person unlucky enough to stand in its way, and they're just completely eviscerated, cut in half, smashed, thrown, kicked. This thing is directly on you, and as you hit, the only relief you get is momentarily as you hit the steps and the large entryway and opening courtyard to the tower of high sorcery and magic. It dissipates, and the shadow drifts and kind of moves around the outside, allowing you the reprieve. And out of breath and exhausted from sprinting here, you can see that it's out there looking. You catch glimpses of these deep eyes, these red holes glowing, and the breath of it just kind of pushing through the hedges and the trees that are outlined in the courtyard. It's there, stalking the outside of the tower.
Katarina, what did you say to it?
Basically called it a bitch.
Oh, well, that worked. As I'm gonna turn towards the eyes kind of floating in the soft distance.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the evil demon keep its evil armies? And its evil sleeveys! And I just like yelling some vicious mockery at it.
Okay, cast.
Terrible.
Cast your vicious mockery.
It's gonna cast it back, and it's waiting.
It's a straight wisdom save. Wisdom 17.
Oh, it's fine. Never mind.
Oh,
I don't even need to look at its stats.
Boom!
Yeah. It just kind of growls in return.
Oh, seems like you're better at it. Maybe you have to do it in its native tongue.
It seems like it can't get in here. I'm not sure how we get it to the circle.
Well, we don't think about being brave.
I'll keep saying in Abyssal. Really, all we had to do was come through these little doors, and you can't catch up to a goblin and a young girl. Very brave and strong of you.
So,
I'm just gonna keep talking shit.
yeah, roll again, please.
Oh, fuck. 9.
Scared me. That scared the shit out of me. Jeez.
Okay.
Did we do a short rest? We didn't do a short
Nope.
rest.
Mm-mm.
You did not. So it literally steps forward. The trees and ground around it just die and just fall over and like catch flame as they do so. And there is a magical barrier that just shatters immediately as it just walks through it. As if it wasn't even a barrier to begin with. It just walks through it, and this smoky darkness just kind of wafts off of it, leaving just the bright flames of its body, like moving forward with every step, like molten lava on the surface, it just cracks and opens with every step, and the ground is just lighting aflame. And it just starts heading towards, like, right towards you, weapons in hand.
The mages, they have magic. They can protect us. This is like the most magical place in the city.
I am going to use a bonus action to cast Tasha's Otherworldly Guise for the lower planes. I'm going to sprout wings that match his. And I'm going to pick up Trin and fly up the tower.
Gotcha.
Fuck you, asshole!
As he flies away. Nice. I just see Trin looking down. Exactly. Just fucking going.
Cartoon, the last part that leaves us is
So you find another level, a balcony that leads into a library, and you head out into the hallway, and you catch one of the neophytes, which is basically an entry level apprentice. It's not really an apprentice because an apprentice is somebody that someone in the circle has taken to teach. But they do all the very mundane shit in the tower, organizing books and stuff.
It's like an intern.
It's basically
before
an intern,
apprentice.
right? It's an audition for getting a better role. And he sees you come in, and he's like, "Oh, I remember you. Your friends they went to the teleportation circle."
Go hide.
Oh, absolutely. We're evacuating the tower.
I wouldn't go out that way.
The Mistress Ileana said that the tower may or may not be destroyed by what happens here. So we're evacuating it.
Take the back door.
You know what?
All right.
You just keep thinking on that and write us a letter on all your thoughts. We don't have time for this. Let's go. There's like tug at Katarina.
And I'm gonna
Gotcha.
throw like a fucking chromatic orb at it or something as we disappear into the tower just to piss it off a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah, it's down there just looking upwards and just kind of walking towards the entrance of the tower. And you throw a chromatic orb at it, and I mean, it hits it, but might as well not have any impact
An
whatsoever.
elemental water balloon.
Yeah,
basically.
water balloons just like splash. And he's just like, "Oh, I got wet."
Yeah, I figured cantrips weren't gonna do much, but
a mental note right around that time. Group, there's been a slight change of plan. In order for the spell I'm casting to work, I'm going to have to be inside it, no one else.
Bark in the chat.
Also, don't forget that we got a bunch of health potions from the previous thing too. So just make sure everyone had those. I realized that as I was drinking, and I was going back to my notes, and I went, "Oh yeah, I forgot to add those."
Okay. So heading up the stairs to the teleportation chamber, you see everybody in there. So they're all in there, and they're working diligently to put these glyphs up and write these inscriptions and runes that will help, hopefully, weaken its form a little bit. Because anything less than that currently would mean that it would have to be Ileana and Kavira on their own fighting it without your support, or you just got to fight it at full strength, everybody together, one or the other. But Ileana quickly finishes up setting up the glyphs and wards and says, "While this is an especially grave danger, I have to see to making sure that the dragon orbs are moved from the tower. This is a grave and extraordinary threat, but it is a threat that I have faith that you should be capable of dealing with. With all the preparations that we've laid, it should be substantially weakened.
If I've ever
But do
needed a
not
program.
wane and do not tarry too long. They won't hold it forever, and it's only a matter of time before it figures this out."
the dragon orbs are our number one priority. It's very close. You should go.
So her and Kavira give a slight bow and a nod, and they leave to go take the dragon orbs from wherever the resting place is and move them somewhere else for the time being, leaving you all alone in the teleportation chamber.
So,
And then we're gonna take a break.
no, I really needed that break.
Okay.
Oh my
I really
god.
So-
needed that break.
All right, Alex.
We're gonna be right back.
Never
We're
do an
taking
exorcism on a full stomach.
out- Exactly. So thanks for hanging out, stopping by. We appreciate it.
Oh
It's
Snack
good.
time.
Yeah, snackage time. Snackage time for sure. Get your drinks, get your snacks.
No,
we
there's
appreciate
someone
it.
named Snacky Dungeon Time.
Snacky Dungeon.
Snacky
That's an
Dungeon
awesome
time.
name.
That's a
They're
great
That's a
name.
great name. I love your name. I don't even know you, but I love you now.
Yeah, join our Discord so we can talk about how great we love your name.
Yeah, it's great. It's perfectly thematic. I love it.
Yeah.
That being said, we're going to be back in about 15
Break
minutes ish,
bad.
and then we're going to see how the party confronts this high demon Balor from the Abyss.
It can go really well or really bad.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's open it. Well, we ran up and we found Ulthion. Do we have a moment or two to take a potion? Oh, hell!
No, you
Look. How you doing? Oh!
So,
That music is fucking cool.
alright. So, as Ulthion is upstairs diligently working to prepare the necessary rituals and components for banishing the Balor from the physical plane, you're given the brief moment to ready yourselves as you can hear the Balor thumping its way through the building. With every step, the room that you're in shakes until this massive shadow just hits the entryway into this part of the tower you're on, the floor, and just moves through these black wings you see as shadows stretch across the walls, and then it just steps forward. All this black smoke drops, and it just comes forward. Its electric whip its fire whip just flashing out across the room, scarring the walls near you, and this blade of pure lightning comes out of its other hand, like it's unsheathing it somewhere and just shocking everything around it, scattering bolts of lightning throughout the room. And then we already rolled initiative.
We did.
Yeah.
I don't have the Baylor's initiative, but I have everyone else's.
I'm going to give it to you right now.
If we have the 1 second to kind of prepare, I'm gonna down a superior health.
As
potion.
you were running down the stairs.
What's the die number for tonight?
Oh, we don't have one.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, that was
17.
actually
17.
really good.
17.
17.
Okay.
Pikachu, thank you for gifting the sub to Wandering Ronin.
Pikachu, we love you. Thank you so much. You are legendary.
Wandering Ronin, thank you for being here, because I'm thinking you're probably quiet and cat somewhere.
Dude, I just rolled. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That superior health potion more than doubled my health.
Nice.
More than
Nice.
double?
All right.
Okay.
Who's going first?
So it's Locke, Godric, the Balor, Katarina, Trin, and then Ulthion.
Oh.
So this thing just
Smash Bros.
growls.
Ulthion has been inspired, yeah.
Oh, good. I'm gonna need that.
He gonna need it. He gonna need it. Hi.
So,
everybody.
knowing-
Thank you, Pika.
Knowing that we're just trying to buy time and damage it as much as we can without.
Just making sure we're in before we do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
The music is so
Oh,
cool.
the bong fucking made me hold up.
That.
Oh my! Oh god, he stood. He took a step.
In my opinion, one of the coolest bad guys in all of D&D. I mean, it just nobody can forget the scene from Lord of the Rings when the Balrog shows up and Balor's are inspired by them.
I just want to be like the
All right.
Fire and shadows.
That's so much cooler.
It's good.
All right.
Oh, all right. Then Locke would be first.
All right, Locke.
Psychically, remember, we have to weaken it before it gets to the circle.
It's here. So, Locke is going to reach out. Each of his, from tip to tip of his fingers, is a stream of lightning, and then it starts to encircle his entire body and grow, and he sprouts 6 Hydra serpentine heads of lightning, and which are about the same size as the Balor, and filling the room around us, So these serpents are slithering around in a circle around all of us. And let's see, I think I get to make it as part of the spell. Yes. Yes, so I will attack it with all the heads. First attack. Oh no, do better. 17,
It's a miss.
21,
That's a hit.
that's a miss. 19,
That's a miss.
Whoa.
Oops. Blew the smoke around.
28, so 2 hits.
That's still fucking cool.
Yeah.
2 hits.
Yeah.
Oops.
Alright. So that's
How much space did the heads occupy?
technically a huge area.
Huge.
Yeah. And they're kind of they're ethereal, really. So it's arcing off of all you pretty harmlessly, like one of those novelty Tesla coils, and it's like they're just like serpentine heads that are like curling around each other and circling around the huge area. And they leap when they attack, they all at once come up and strike like snakes. Most of them ineffective, but it does 10 is 25 damage.
25?
25 for the 2.
25 lightning.
Technically not lightning, unless we just... It's just that's aesthetically how I like
Is
to
it
make
force?
it look. It's force, yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. Force is better.
Okay. So, as the ethereal hydra heads are striking into it, you can see that they have to push through this aura of heat, and they're catching fire as they do, as they're lashing out at them. He basically raises up his sword and like bashes 2 of them to the side that like slam into the walls, and then gets hit by the remaining ones. They seem to be fairly effective, but it's not much.
Right. Well, we're just trying to draw attention here. And it's working, I assume.
Okay.
That's it.
Godric, you're up. After Godric is the Baylor.
All right. Well,
I'm also
Oh, no.
concentrating now.
this seems like a good day to test my faith then. Let's see if Crom will help me. And I just rage, and I pull Gwendolyn out, and I run at it.
Okay.
And great weapon fighter, reckless, into his legs. Oh my god, I didn't prep my attacks. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I'm a terrible person.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Son of a bitch. There's no screw it, I'll reroll that. Alright. Natural 20 on the first one.
Hey.
Yes!
Amazing. Amazing.
I'll wait till you finish rolling.
You successfully signed your death warrant, Fred.
23, 24.
That could be the case.
7. Oh.
Do you know what people do when a mosquito bites?
Slap it. 68 points of damage on the first strike.
Woo!
Crispy.
And then
How much of that damage is magical?
all of it.
Elemental?
Elemental was...
You know what I mean when I say magical.
I'm sorry. So there was... Hang on. I can do this. 11 points of lightning.
Okay.
Yes.
And then 12 points of radiant.
Yeah, and
So
then
I
the
was
rest
gonna
was
say-
magic sword damage.
Magic sword.
If any of it's fire, it's not doing shit.
No. Demons are more than fire sometimes. Way more than fire sometimes. The elements themselves are nasty.
Then it was
How much was lightning?
11.
11?
Okay.
And then 22 on my second hit.
22 hits.
Nice. Oh, thank God.
Oh, dear.
36 points of damage on my second hit.
Nice.
As just...
Hey,
How many of that is which element?
Oh,
I need to know.
sorry.
You need to break it down
6
for me
points
every
of lightning.
time. 6 points of lightning?
The
Okay.
rest is just sword, magical sword.
Okay.
I will break it down from now on. I apologize.
Yeah.
As
He
I-
has resistances. I need to know which
Yeah.
what we're doing.
And then I rage the bonus action, so I can't do anything else. And
You may have scared me once, but let's do it again.
I have my turn.
After Godric is the Baylor.
Oh no!
If anyone's up in his
Oh,
business.
If. No, we'll see.
Too bad he's terrified of our mighty power.
Or he's on a mission and he walks right past a bunch of flies.
Or he murders us.
But he did seem to enjoy killing all the civilians. So
That's true.
it seems
That's
in
true, he
his,
did.
in his pattern
Showing
to just
chaos
attack.
and discontent.
He attacked and he attacked.
He attack.
Yeah.
He attacked.
But
he
most
attacked,
importantly, he attacked.
He attacked. Much attack. Much wow.
Yeah, exactly.
We're about to fight.
All right.
Bow wow.
All right. All right. So the Balor starts within 5 feet of Godric, so you take 3d6 fire damage.
Oh!
I'm built for this.
Yeah, resistant.
So that's going to be 16.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm still built for this.
I also forgot that whenever you hit it, you also take damage. So that's going to be 20 fire damage for the
Total?
other 2 hits.
Or okay.
Yeah, 10 per hit.
It's real out of
Thank for the
Yep.
follow, Snacky Dragon.
Exactly. So, as you're like striking at it, it more or less just ignores everything that you're doing, and the sword, the lightning sword, just comes straight crashing down on top of you. So,
Not right on top of
that's going to be 25 to hit.
Ah, it hits with some chains, sir.
Woo, baby.
And that's going to be 19 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to be an additional 17 lightning damage.
Woo!
So it like carves straight into the floor right where you were standing, and the electricity just jumps off of the blade, lashing out at your body, like almost like it's a living tendril just snapping out at you, jumping through your body and then grounding into the floor. That's enough to almost shock your system and rock you for a moment. You realize direct contact with that almost might be enough to just kill the next person it touches with it.
Oh.
Um,
All right. Well, I'm about to fucking tell you.
okay, and then it makes its second attack
Yep. Go for
with
it.
its whip. So it brings that around, swinging it in this arc, which like cuts, almost pushes it straight through the ceiling as it scorches it as it comes around, spins it through the room, creating the mark along the wall, and then just brings it right across your body. Yeah.
Well,
So that's going to be
D6 is friend.
19 to hit.
that hits.
That's going to be 17 slashing damage,
Okay.
and then an additional 3d6 of fire. 14 fire damage. I need you to make a DC 20 strength saving throw.
DC 20 strength.
Actually, you know what? You're already right next to him, so it doesn't matter. That's fine.
I was like,
Okay,
I'm built
that's
for that
fine.
one. Yeah. All right.
Then the Balor just like growls and basically steps over you, further into the room, crushing
An
Little
orrery.
An orrery.
Okay, well then I would like to do. I would like to use my reactionary strike for my first time for today, using the runes.
Reactionary strike is the one where you get to attack it because it attacked you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use reactionary strike, and I'm gonna preemptively add goading attack to this strike.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll need it to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw. If it fails, it has disadvantage on all attacks against made to anyone but me. All right. Well, I'm gonna strike back. Great weapon. I can't do reckless, right?
No.
No.
It's not.
Yeah.
Outside of your turn, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
9, 10, 11. So 21.
21 hits.
Nice.
Those are good damage rolls.
12,
Those are really good damage rolls.
6, 12, 20, 30. Oh, that's lightning. So 8 lightning. Or no, sorry, 4 lightning. 20.
Are you giving him the totals and he's subtracting it in half, or are you subtracting?
Do you want me to just half the elemental damage for you?
Well, it depends on the amount of damage.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so-
give him a number.
Sorry, 4 lightning,
Mhm.
and then 28 points. No, so 6, 12, 8, 20, plus 18, 38 points of damage.
You're doing good. Slow down.
I know. That's
Relax.
why.
Okay.
Relax.
Yeah,
I know you're anxious. This thing is scary.
it is. It is. I passed the save, and I tried.
All right.
All right, that will end my attempt.
Yeah.
Oh, after the Baylor, is Katarina.
So this thing steps through the barbarian, just walking past him after attempting to just eviscerate him, and just comes marching straight towards the three of you.
All right, I am not gonna move because he'll just attack me. But I am going to try casting an enervation on him.
Okay.
So he'll need to do a Dex 17 saving throw.
Okay.
I have a hunch the Baylors are good at everything.
I
Almost-
would
What was it?
probably-
DC 17?
Uh-huh. Please fail.
Probably.
Maybe Dex.
They're probably pretty good at it.
It looks like he failed. So
Oh,
Yes! Okay.
Yeah.
So I can just automatically do 48 necrotic damage to him every
High
turn.
five me for Katarina.
mhm.
Okay. So,
man.
oh, that's pretty
You're the high
good.
five bros.
10,
You don't work. You're so good at it.
17, 21 points of necrotic damage, and I get half of that in health back.
The ASIC just bought Katarina an automatic pass her next saving throw.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, that might have just saved a life.
That's
Might
a,
have.
Yeah.
that is
For sure.
amazing.
Concentration saves are
Godric
saving.
also got one.
And then,
That too.
and then as a bonus action, I'm calling my hound out.
Yeah, that hound's about to go, why? No.
Who let the dogs out?
That dog's about to question why you chose to live the way you live.
Whatever, that dog has unquestioning bravery and loyalty. It's
And
gonna
doesn't
attack.
mean it can't go,
And
He's like,
he's-
why? Why are you doing this to me?
why? What I do? I'm good dog.
Like a good boy.
And he's gonna
Shoot.
come in at initiative 7.
Ooh, not great.
But at least he's after me.
Yeah.
So the hound pops out of the shadows that are available, comes up next to you. Looks like you've gotten yourself into some more trouble again. And then he just rushes forward to attack the Balor.
I'm
Wow.
sure you're not
That's
surprised,
my
and the
dog.
rest of you just see an
you
inky
ever see
black
that dog's evil again.
tendril that stays connected from my hands, like around his waist, and
Yeah.
just stays there.
It growls, like groans as you see the energy being pulled away from it, stripping away like the heat and fire from it, and it just like snarls and looks directly at you and starts moving right towards you.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
He passed.
Okay.
He still has more damage.
Kat, you're done?
Yep, that's it for me. Oh wait, I need to see it. Oh fuck, that's concentration. Okay, I lose my Tasha's otherworldly guys.
Oh, bummer.
Oh no!
Boom.
Trin, you were after Katarina.
It might be worth it for 46 free damage a turn.
Yes.
Yeah, luckily it heals me. The Tasha's
Yeah.
otherworldly guise makes me immune to fire, but I
Yeah.
am resistant to fire because of my staff, so...
Yeah, there you go.
It's fine, it's fine.
It balances out, and
Yeah.
this is just not good
It's a
damage.
fine. It's a fine.
It's a fine.
Who's
It's
next?
a me, a Katarina.
It's me, Trin. As I reach down and I grab my potion from my belt and I drink a superior healing potion. 'Cause I'm a hot fucking mess.
That's great.
I'm doing significantly better
He's
now
over
than
here
I
going
was
like,
at the beginning of the
dying.
fight.
I'm fighting it.
20, 21,
What?
29.
Lock in his head. Why didn't you do this before? You knew what we were doing.
So I heal for 29 health points.
Mhm.
That's 19. That's very different than 29. 29.
Mhm.
I feel much better. And then I take the potion bottle and I throw it at him. Now I'm trying to do damage.
It literally just like hits it and just melts into its body.
Hey, you! As I call up to the Baylor.
Why are you screaming at me?
I'm screaming at the Baylor. You're the Baylor right now. Shut up and be the Baylor.
It's my role.
The Balor?
The Baylor. The Baylor.
The Baylor makes it sound like I work at court.
Yeah, right.
Or
And then-
on a field.
That's true.
And so I point my sword up at him, and then I go, all the holy symbols, flying around your head, flying around your head, flying around your head. All the holy symbols, flying around your head, flying around your head, flying around your head. Now you're gonna fail. As I cast, phantasmal force and a hallucinatory cage of holy symbols goes around his head.
All right.
It needs to make a DC 17 intelligence saving throw.
Don't trap him here. So around his head is good. No, he needs to move.
Oh, he passes.
Boo! It does nothing! And I just look really stupid singing to this Baylor. Damn it! And
I'm just saying, you have the balls to sing in a Baylor. I call that
had
courage.
I had my goblin turn.
I had my goblin turn. Is that a different kind of turn than everybody else's turn?
It's a better turn.
A better turn. A better turn. A more efficient turn.
Yeah, a more efficient turn. I have bonus actions that I can do stuff, and I have
Whose turn?
small range.
After Trin is the Hound.
I'll make my own turn.
Okay, so he's gonna try to bite him, which might not do anything because we've determined that this isn't magical damage, which I'm just now realizing might do nothing, but he's gonna try anyways.
Who's the best boy? Yeah, you're basically fighting a Baylor with a Chihuahua.
Well,
It's all attitude.
you rolled a 21 to hit.
It hits. That's a good roll.
It might do nothing, but oh well. For 9 points of non-magical piercing damage.
Nice.
So, probably does nothing, but oh well. He's trying his best.
It either did nothing
He also takes
or.
Yeah.
12 fire damage when he strikes it.
Hi, lady.
Good to know.
Your Hound can't die, right?
Huh?
Your Hound can't die,
Nah,
right?
he just goes away for a little while.
He just goes.
I hope
away
that's
for a
true.
while.
Yeah, he can come back
He
later.
feels no
That's true.
pain.
He
He
feels
will
no
harbor any
pain.
grudges.
Well, he's never died against a Baylor.
A demon.
Yeah, so he runs up and jumps at it, slashing with his claws, and just gets caught by the furnace blast of heat that comes straight off the Balor.
So, how many
God.
points was that again? 12?
12.
And Godric,
So-
you're tracking that Pikachu
His
bought
wishes
you
is
a automatic pass the saving throw.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't need to math so hard next time.
Yes. Thank you
So much.
If you'd like to not math at all, because you're really focused, I can math for you.
I literally have the equation here, and my brain didn't know it was there.
You were panicking. I was. Yeah.
It's the not getting reckless stuff. Yeah.
Okay, after the Hound is Ulthion. So up in this room where I've started drawing sigils, I focus on the group and just begin to recite Alatrari's litany. Alatrari, yours is the path of redemption, and I am your instrument. And I just try to focus my divine energy on protecting the party as best I can.
Alright. Sounds good.
Okay. After Ulthion is the top of the initiative, which would be Locke.
Alrighty. Yeah, the serpents stop swirling and slithering around and raise up and strike. So let's do that.
Takes up a huge space, right?
Yeah. That's a miss. 21. 27. Natural 20. Hooray.
Nice.
So 2 hits and a critical. Another hit. That's 4.
2 hits and a critical plus another hit. Yep, that's 4 total.
5. Another hit.
A powerful hit.
And a miss.
And a miss. And
Yes.
it fired. And it fired. And a miss. And a fire.
Okay. So, first the 3 regular hits.
What was that?
With the dog.
What noise was that?
That was her.
Who do we appreciate? Blah, blah.
27 damage for those.
27?
Yep. The critical is another 14.
Okay.
And all of those take damage because it has HPs.
Yep.
The heads have HP.
So each one of the heads is going to take... Actually, we'll just do it this way. Each one of them takes 10.
Ooh.
Okay. 4 hits that hit. When they come in contact, seem to discorporate for a minute and then come back real quick, and then they go right back into slithering around a big lightning encirclement of me.
Alright, is that your turn?
I haven't got much going on in the whole bonus action section, so yeah.
Alright,
All done.
initiative order 20. So I'm just used to calling these things out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then after that's Godric.
Oh, before though, I do say everyone start moving towards the door. Godric, get over here. And I'll just like kick the door behind me, donkey kick it open.
Okay.
Just
All right. Well, knowing what I have to do, I'm going to just say fuck it, run. Use the back like hoof thing it has to like to jump off of it to get like a better strike to strike at its side and then along its back with both my attacks, and then kind of start hitting the ground and rolling and moving in front of it.
Okay.
Both reckless, both great weapon fighter.
Gotcha.
Another natural 20.
Nice.
The second one does not hit.
Okay.
Oh, are you doing your brutal critical stuff?
You're literally the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I forgot about it.
You know what I forgot about? Nope, that doesn't apply to this spell.
40 points of 12 points of radiant damage. Sorry, 17 points of radiant damage. 45 plus, and then 5 lightning. So 50 points of damage plus 5 lightning. And then since I crit, as I'm moving and I land and I roll, I just take the blade of Gwendolyn using my bonus action. Since I crit, I start just dragging along his hoof, striking again.
Okay.
That's
Does
cocked. That's super cocked.
Ooh, 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah? What else? Alright.
26 points of damage plus 1 lightning.
Okay.
And I begin moving towards the door. I don't know if I'll provoke an attack of opportunity, but I'm gonna get by the door.
Okay.
I can move around if you want me to.
No, you stay still.
Got it. I'm confident.
Prove yourself right now.
So, attack 5, and then.
I
actually
do
need
already
hours to
have
get for the door,
inspiration, Cobalt.
just because I don't want to reach past them.
Just bust the door down.
Look at that teamwork.
Yeah, boom. And then if I can interact with an object, you already kicked the door open, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I am my turn. As I
Warforged
speak out,
Wait.
Don't strike him in melee. His fires are beyond hot. Everyone else go first.
and yeah,
That ends your turn?
yep. And my turn, just kind of keep facing the fucking.
So you're not leaving the room.
I'm gonna wait for everyone else first. Right? I should.
Okay. That's what you want to do. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be the target of his anger.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, he hits who he wants when he wants.
Mhm.
After Godric is the Baylor.
Oh no.
So the Balor, getting struck over and over again by magic, decides that he wants to make the casters his #1 priority. So he strikes everyone within 5 feet of it takes fire damage.
It looks
Am
like
I within
Cat-
5 feet?
And then just to be sure, I
Katarina
take,
the Hound. Maybe
it.
Godric?
and then I take 10 damage per attack I did on it, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Right.
do. Yeah.
I don't.
Your all of your Hydra heads.
I know the hound.
because they take up a 15
Yep.
foot square.
They're in there.
So it's basically an inch, which looks like it's Katarina, the Hound, and then your heads.
Yeah.
And how much damage did you say?
I'm gonna roll it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I am going to roll it. So that's gonna be 14.
I am so glad I'm resistant now.
Not an inconsequential amount of damage.
Oh, those heads got close though.
Mm-hmm.
They had 1 HP left. Nice.
So it strikes out with its lightning sword at Katarina.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. D8s.
With disadvantage, I have my displacement cloak or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Awesome.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, cloak of displacement, that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll still be able to beat an 11.
It's gonna be really hard for him not to, but you never know.
Crossing my fingers for that natural
Well,
one.
Yeah, especially when I roll a 19 on both dice. So
Yeah, that's
yeah. So
that's gonna hurt.
DM, I would like to ask a question. Were they the red and white die?
yes.
Uh-oh.
Damn you.
So that's gonna be 24 slashing damage,
I was just saying fucking big.
and then an additional 13 lightning damage.
Ouch.
Leon has inspiration.
I already have inspiration, everyone. I have the inspiration, and I have
Ouch.
your
Oh.
bardic inspiration.
And then the whip is gonna hit
You know who could really use that inspiration?
Locke.
Tren.
Anna, you gotta bump your inspo off to someone's
Locke
wrong.
is going to
But thank you so much.
just throw up a shield for sure.
Okay. What's your AC at now then?
A 19.
19? Yeah, it's not gonna matter.
I didn't think
25
so.
to hit.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Ow.
12 slashing damage,
What? Trin, you have
and
inspiration.
then 10 fire damage. And I need you to make a DC 20 strength saving throw as it wraps around your leg and he attempts to yank you towards him.
DC what strength?
20.
Yeah, I failed. I can't.
Yeah, I
You can get a natural 20.
literally
Natural
cannot
20
pass
saves.
that.
A natural
It's
20
not.
saves.
Negative
Yes.
1.
No.
Lethal Lilith just
what do you mean
tipped
negative
$5
Is
Yeah,
the
it's
negative
negative
one
one
to
to
your
his stat.
die roll, though? Because the natural 20 on the die is an automatic save
No,
for
it is
saves.
not.
No.
That only applies to attack.
And saves.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't apply to saves. Not on 5e.
Mm-mm.
No.
What?
No, it's only attacks.
But,
Criticals are only attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but Lethal just used
Unless he says
$5
otherwise.
to heal
You know.
Katarina from the tip store.
No,
Ooh.
you
So
can't.
it
I
It
can't.
got
I
you?
can't make it 20.
So as
So
it
you-
wraps around your leg, He yanks you towards him, you slip out from underneath yourself, and you're pulled to
Thank
him.
you so
and
much.
you quickly raise yourself up to your feet and pull up your magical barrier to try to staunch the heat as it's just pouring across you and bearing down through your magical
I
protection.
should have used my arcane deflection because that would have given me a +4 on saves.
But,
Oh
Then-
well.
Then there was a chance.
Yeah.
then there was a chance. But, yeah, so you guys see that. The
fuck.
Balor ends his turn.
Also, how much damage
These are
was
just
that again?
roars.
See if I hold
All
that
of it?
concentration.
All of it together? Well, it's
Oh,
the same
yeah.
source, so it would be...
Oh no.
Okay, so I still have the fire damage here, so that was...
How much damage did I?
You took 7, so you need to roll higher than
So that was
20.
8 fire
No.
damage.
He just hit
And
me
then
with
it
the
was...
lightning sword. It was way more than 7.
It was 17.
It was 17.
Slashing.
It was 17 slashing.
So
yes.
Constitution checks are considered a saving throw in 5e.
Yeah,
so
okay,
you can use
so
your
I need,
auto pass to maintain income.
Huh?
Oh. Yeah. I am going to use my auto pass a saving throw to pass this constitution, like
12.
concentration
Yeah,
check.
so you need to
'cause
be a 12.
I really want to be able to get some more health out of this guy.
15 on the die.
So that is used up.
Alright.
Thank you very much for that one. All right, yeah, I use my auto pass a saving throw to keep my concentration.
Hell yeah. Nice.
I'm not gonna bother with
I
these
keep
two.
my
We're gonna be moving the
concentration.
terrain too much.
So as I'm dragged towards it, the heads go with me.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of making everybody's hair
How much
stand
health
up
do you
as
have
they pass through.
30.
30.
She got healed for $5.
Yes. Good, we
Thank
needed
you
that.
so much. She needed that.
This is a brutal
Yeah, I
fight.
did.
All right. That's the Valor's turn.
30 total.
After the Balor is Katarina.
Katarina with her 30 health. About to lay it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my action to automatically give him the 48 points of necrotic damage again.
She's gonna
Yeah,
say automatically
give it to
him
him.
the finger.
a lot of damage.
She's gonna say automatically give him the
I'm sorry, I
finger.
was gonna. Am I grappled or just pulled in this direction?
No, you're not grappled. You just got pulled to him.
20. So he takes 20 points of necrotic damage. I heal 10. And then I am going to GTFO out of this room.
Guy should.
All right. All right. So Katarina rushes through the door. Behind her, just dips up the staircase, heading to the next floor.
Alright, after Katarina is Trend.
What are you all doing? As I step forward, we gotta go! As I open up my colorful cloak, I cast color spray into the face of the demon.
All right.
So it's color spray. As I expose myself.
I'm sitting here on the side.
He does it just like a trench
don't
coat.
say,
He's like,
don't say spray after you expose yourself.
I
Yeah,
thought,
so-
I was envisioning you with a kilt.
It-
Just like,
Yeah, it affects a certain 15-foot cone, but I step forward, so I'm just targeting this thing. And it's based off HP of things that are in the cone, but since there's only one thing, it's just going to automatically affect the one thing.
so let me get this right. You move closer to it.
Yeah, I
in order
moved
to
up
make sure
next
you
to
only
it.
hit it.
So when I open my cloak, it's at it, not everyone else.
Okay.
Let's see. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current health point, which is just one creature. Each creature affected by the spell is blinded until the spell ends. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on. So it's one round, 15-foot cone originating from you. One action. It doesn't say anything about a save.
So, do you have to roll dice to see if you can get over his amount of hit points to blind him?
No, it's just if I can get over, it'll affect more than one creature. But he's the only one in the zone.
So, but it automatically affects the first one at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just before you can move on and affect additional creatures.
Gotcha.
So, he gets blinded. If a first level color spray can affect him. If that affects him at all. And so I do that.
Okay.
And I step to the side and I turn to Godric and I say, Godric, remember, don't be brave! As I give him a bardic inspiration. Somehow I managed to miss his hand still.
I'm just gonna say this: if a book was not protecting myself,
Yeah.
you'd have hit me in the sweet spot.
Yeah, so and then I turn
I don't know.
and I run through
How
the
long
door.
does the effect last?
Oh, talk
It
about taste.
says the spell is blinded until the spell ends.
What's the duration
But-
of the spell?
Duration is 1 round, so it lasts a round.
So it lasts 6 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. So basically, I guess a round. So till my next turn,
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
and then I book it out the
Okay.
doors.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah. So this flash of like sparkling color and in this like prismatic explosion just hits the Balor in the face, and like it shakes its head and like tries to shake out of it, and just keeps. You can see it keeps closing and opening its eyes.
Nice.
My turn.
All right, then the hound.
All right, he's gonna try his darndest.
Quiet.
That is only going to be an 18 to hit.
That's gonna be a miss.
Shit.
All right, then that's all he can do.
Gotcha.
After the hound is... It's me! It's Oltheon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still working on the... still working on the circle. The second part of my prayer. Where I walk, so too do you, Alatrari. With your will, I will not falter. And again, I'm just trying to focus my divine energy on the party.
Okay.
After Oltheon is top of the initiative and Locke.
All right.
Well. Uh-oh. But we got a job to do, so we're gonna do it. I'm gonna sacrifice these heads. They're attacking.
All right.
It's a miss. Another miss.
Mhm.
Another miss. Another miss.
Oh no.
There's a hit. That was 5, and 6 is another miss. So at least most of the heads survive. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's Yeah, you lose 1.
I definitely.
So roll the damage.
Only 6 damage. Yeah, so 6 damage from that one head. How much damage does it take? That one has a little
10.
more than 1 in it. Oh, 10. He survived. Fuck you. And then Locke is going to pick himself up and go to the door and leave and run away bravely.
Mm-hmm. As you do, he hits the fuck out of you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up a shield for what it's worth.
So he once again wheels his fire whip towards you in an attempt to pull you to him so that you can't leave. So
Uh-oh. I didn't prepare any teleportating get the fuck out of here spells. So
Well, hey, Trin did color spray this guy in the face. So.
19 to hit.
19 is my armor class now. That's not fair. No.
I tried.
Well, it got me, so I don't go anywhere, friends. He wraps
So it's
my
gonna be
ankle and
12
pulls me
slashing damage?
right on back. Ow. Ow.
It's gonna be 5 fire damage.
Ow.
So it's not super crazy.
Not terrible.
Mm-hmm. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I can't make it, whatever it is.
Yep. So as you run and like hit the top of the stairs, it just hits you in the back of the ankle and yanks you back down the stairs.
Yep. Ah, fuck!
Yep.
I look down from the top. Look!
Shit.
your turn?
That's my turn.
Oh. Seeing what's going on, I fucking sheath Gwendolyn, walk up and grab Locke
Okay.
and just Locke, and I fucking throw him through the door.
Very heavy.
Yeah, I'm throwing you through the fucking door. With everything I have, I'm just chucking him.
Okay.
Why don't we just move at half speed and go for it, man? Let's get the fuck out of here.
That's the same thing.
I'm throwing you and then I'm going.
Okay. All right, sure.
Yeah, I just fucking throw Locke through the door and then I fucking run through it. I run through that door.
All right. Yeah. So the Balor yells, roars, then shakes the building once again, and then you hear it start walking up the stairs, following you. You circle up about 3 or 4 stories before finally hitting the top and the teleportation chamber, and you see Oltheon preparing or finishing up preparing the ritual.
Fuck it.
So.
Yeah. A dented and scored Locke is going to go in position for the arcane. To finish the arcane symbols. Grabs this little piece of chalk out of his bag and stands there, ready to complete it when Oltheon cries.
Fucking use my bonus action. I pop it. I pop that healing potion, and ready to fucking keep going rounds if needed.
He's right behind us. He's so strong.
Yeah, and I'll run over to the opposite side of the circle from the stairs to kind of goad him into the room.
Yeah, think of another one-liner. Remember, you gotta say it in his native tongue. All my most brilliant lines don't even work on him. Maybe say something about his mom. Or maybe he has a bastard child. But, he's ugly, but of course he knows that, so it's not gonna work very well. Maybe he's very bad with the lady demons. Maybe he's like an incel Balor.
Count follows up as well.
We're hoping this magic works.
Do I take that fire damage starting my turn close to him, or when he starts his turn?
When he starts his turn, anybody within 5 feet takes the
That's lucky.
damage.
Yeah, it is. Ah, my face! Fire!
Exactly. Fire! My face! Ow, painful.
Yeah. I
No,
need that. That's
no.
my best feature.
Exactly, not good. That's fine.
You heard it. God said I'm handsome. Says my best feature.
So once again, it hits the top of the stairs and comes into the room, absolutely dominating it with his menacing aura.
We gotta adjust that battle cam.
Yeah, we gotta tilt it up a little bit.
Oh.
Keep going nowhere, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, take the box.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you doing?
No.
We're going lower. Help? Yeah.
I'm not
Go
paying
slower.
attention.
No. That didn't help at all.
I know a little bit.
Oh, there we go. That looks pretty good.
Okay.
You guys are
pretty good.
all your hands are in camera, so.
Hey.
Yeah. No gang signs.
To do some.
How's this? It's okay?
No.
I
No,
can take
no.
Is this okay?
Technically, it's okay.
They're saving
All right.
us. You be nice.
I went,
He's flipping off the Balaam.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
The
Never mind. I retract statement.
What's everyone think?
I'm
25?
I'm up to 40 now.
Yeah, I'm sitting around 6.
Aside from some missing spell slots, I am fucking fine.
I'm at 82 with
I'm
that
not.
superior
How
health
am I
potion.
missing that?
quickly running out of shields, things that are helpful.
I'm pretty much tip top.
I'm surprised my
I would
meds
expect
are still
nothing less.
okay.
Yeah, I did just avoid the entire fight, so.
Yeah, you were there in spirit.
We bravely bought
Ah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
So the only reason the demon's here in the first place is because the feng shui of this place is on.
And you guys got to
Exactly.
see that trunk. Now you can see the front.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Exactly. All right.
Okay. Whose initiative is it then?
It was just.
I
Godric.
I ran up here and I used my bonus action to health
Okay.
potion. And I don't have an action because I used it to pick
Alright.
up lock.
Then it's the
Okay.
Baylor.
Oh no.
So the Valor does exactly what you're hoping it would do. As it enters through the room, it comes within, just marches straight forward through the magical barriers,
Finish the last line on the arcane sigil.
and it steps right here. Perfect.
Oh no, that's within 5 feet.
Right up on top of you, all pinned against
That's
the back of the wall, with no more room to flee or move. You're stuck in front of its menacing aura. But you can see its physical form start to diminish as soon as it gets in the room. It looks left to right, looks at its own body, and just growls and howls in anger and starts lashing out at you, trying to do as much damage as possible, realizing that it's beginning to fade from the material plane.
Oh
So
shit!
as a result of that, it will have disadvantage on all of its attacks.
Ooh, we needed that.
Nice. That is good.
I will also do some other stuff to it here. So,
We're about to make it very powerful.
And send it into the abyss. So.
I
okay.
don't think like we do.
It's like when you piss someone off on the internet and they're just off on the
Devil?
internet.
Yes. Demon? Nah. It's just pure chaos.
Yeah, it's not like he was our friend.
Yeah,
to
he
begin
can't be
with.
any more angry or, you know,
Yeah, we were on his good side before.
yeah, malevolent towards us than he already was. From the moment he was born, he hated all life.
Well, why?
You demon? The formless one said so?
So it lashes out at Katarina with the lightning sword
Great.
with disadvantage.
Oh, I don't have a reaction.
Which oh, never mind. So 24 to hit.
Yeah.
I thought that was a low roll, but I guess not when I'm adding like plus 15 to it. Anyways,
Oh shit!
um,
Yeah.
As long as you don't roll a natural one, you hit me.
Yeah.
so that's going to be
Don't feel bad.
Disadvantage means nothing.
You know what? Yeah.
25
Hits me too.
slashing damage as it hits the wall, carves straight through it, pulls down into your body. You throw up your hand, and this shadow just leaps forward and gets in the way and holds it at bay. But the electricity just shocks through the wall and comes across you like a wave. You then take
Less than 15. Less than 15.
14 lightning
I
damage.
have
No
one
effing
hit
way.
point.
14.
One
14
hit
lightning
point.
damage.
Oh, shit.
It growls. You're concentrating, correct?
Oh yeah.
On enervation?
So you took 14, half, 7, so you need to roll 10 or higher.
No, I took 25 plus 14.
Yeah,
Oh, so you have 2 rolls.
it's the same source.
It's
the same source, so it's all one roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? That's 39. So I'd
It's
have
different
to get.
sources of damage, but it's the same attack.
So I have to get a 19 or higher.
Yeah.
To keep my.
And then with disadvantage, it then decides
Yes.
it's not a fan of lock and tries to hit lock as
Hey,
well.
Yeah, fuck
I
that
rolled
guy.
a 17
Listen,
plus 6.
I used my reaction on its reaction. Now I can't, protect myself. I'm going down.
Isn't the shield still up though?
Oh yeah, technically the shield
Oh
is
my
still up.
goodness.
Yeah, it's up
Yeah,
until the
until your-
beginning of your next turn.
Yep.
Well,
Okay, so 19.
if you roll 4 or below, you're dead.
It doesn't matter. 24 to hit.
Oh, it's
Okay, well, I'm gonna be going down, more than likely here.
So
That means 3 levels of exhaust.
Oh.
Because you have 1 and he has 2.
So that's going to be 15 slashing damage.
15?
Yep.
You
You
less than
can
10,
use
please?
another $5 on Cat.
And then that's going to be an additional 12 fire damage.
Well,
Oh,
that about did it.
no.
Our friend Locke passes out, and the lightning
So
snakes just.
it's Since you automatically
First
fail the strength saving throw, when he grabs you, he whips you and throws you into the room. You go straight against the back wall and crack it open and slam through into the hallway below.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Luminous Tier just tipped $70.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Ooh.
What's that do again?
What's she doing?
$70. That's a
$70?
legendary
Very
heal.
It's
I think
enough
it's a legendary
for
heal, I
I-
think.
that's a
Not for one.
Or she could bank it to use later.
Or she could be buying like harder to hit monsters and melons.
Don't do those.
Yeah, she could be making it worse for us.
Don't do those.
Alright, that ends the Balor's turn.
Katarina.
Oh no, I'm gonna be so hard to reach.
Alright.
Oh well. Don't
I
buy
think you're being reached.
Oh
I don't think you're being reached.
I will use my action again to enervation and give him
There's a lock-shaped
48
hole in the
points of
wall now.
necrotic.
Oh, you're saying 4d8. I was
Yeah.
minusing 48.
Oh.
jeez.
I was thinking
Oh.
48 too. I'm going,
It's
damn!
like, you guys are
It
doing
was
great.
much less than that. The first one was 21 and the second one was 20.
Man, you were empowered by
Oh, yeah.
Ochari's prayer.
Legendary
Yeah,
heal
no
75.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, legendary heal is 125. So
It's not like we're getting close to.
Okay, if you
Watch-
say so.
Watch panicking.
Oh my fucking god. I rolled a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 2.
Whoa!
Rough.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 points of necrotic damage, of which I heal 2.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna see how low he is. I am going
And do
to.
legendary drain.
Oh,
What's wrong with
that'd be fucking awesome. Please do.
So I'm
They all need
using
new
my
characters, I
using
think.
my enervation again. Wasn't casting a spell, so I'm
It
going
was
to
not.
quicken spell.
It takes an action though, right, to use enervation?
It uses my action, but
Okay.
I'm going to use my quicken spell meta magic
Mm-hmm.
to cast as a bonus action. Where is it? Vecna's Malevolent Whisper.
Oh!
Because why the fuck not?
Well, we don't know.
And if he has less than half of his hit points, he drops to 0.
What the fuck is this? A really good spell.
So I don't know if he's less than half.
I guess I'll have to do some math and find out.
If he's not, nothing happens. If he's at less than half, he drops to 0.
There's no save or anything, right?
There's no save.
Okay.
Wow, good spell.
And it's 4th level, so even if he has the 3rd level and below does nothing, it should get him.
Okay. So, let me do some math here, because I gave him some additional hit points, so I gotta do some stuff real quick.
Fair.
Um,
This is totally a Hail Mary.
it could be pretty close. Be pretty close. It's gonna be pretty close. Okay, so there's that.
Agreed. Do not let Goddard do math. Yes.
So what you guys see is those tendrils that I still have wrapped around him that I'm kind of trying to take his life force from. I'm just putting even more into them, and then maybe something cool will happen, and maybe nothing will happen. We'll find out.
Either way, the shadows are squeezing and slashing at him.
So, using the power of this spell from this long dead, long gone, forgotten lich, the shadows coalesce around the room, concentrating around him and pulling him into this sphere, and they begin rushing through his body, just out inside one, out the other, like piercing through him. And every time one does, he begins to like shake, and the image of him, his connection begins to wane as he begins to slip from the material plane. The last one, after like 10 of them do this to him, goes to his, like, into his mouth, and he begins to, like, shift and implode, and then explodes.
Oh, I'm glad I'm on the other side of a wall.
Can I try to contain that energy inside the circle?
Yeah, I was gonna. If it'll do anything.
Because-
Olvion now.
You guys are here and set up the glyphs ahead of time. It contains an otherwise deadly explosion, as battlers normally explode into flames and inferno when they die. But he's gone, leaving just heat and like slag floor and
So I
a
imagine
destroyed
it's just, like,
magic circle,
It all gets
but still
centered
there.
and just shoots up into the sky instead of outward where
There's
it would
also-
normally go.
There's also a lock-shaped hole in the wall now.
Mhm, absolutely.
Well, you went down the stairs.
Yeah, I went through the wall and then fell into the stairwell.
Exactly.
So I like went through the interior wall, hit the exterior wall, then fell onto the stairs. Because that's just like, why not?
Well, I'm gonna fucking run past everything, sprint to the stairs, and go to Locke.
I failed my first death save.
Doesn't surprise me.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, that doesn't really.
That tracks.
Yeah, that tracks.
Better hurry, they're gonna keep going.
I
Every 6
slowly pull out.
I failed my second death save.
Slowly. No, I pull it up.
Does Katarina have an auto pass save already?
I used mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she used it.
Well, I feed him a
Panda
regular
gave you
potion
another one.
of healing.
Katarina.
You
Panda
gain
gave you another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Thank you so
No, it's
much.
2d4, sorry.
You're lucky. So I just died.
You still gain, you gain 4 HP back.
Nice.
And
First, it's 2d4 plus
Should be 6.
Yeah, 2d4 plus
Yeah.
death. So.
I rolled 3 4s in a row just then. It's pretty cool.
Stop doing that stuff, Locke.
You passed.
Look, because I'm so good at rolling so low, we just had a really fun little experience that we're all gonna grow from.
and I am just gonna fall to my hands and knees.
Locke.
Still unconscious. That hurt a lot.
I'm just gonna kind of like push up and just throw him on my shoulder. Having given him a potion, I walk back into the room. Holy shit. Oh, we did it.
Yes, you did.
Oh, we did.
That's what I mean.
Good
If I had
job.
any doubt, I would. But
On that containment. We would have all been blasted to bits without it.
Holy cow, Katarina. You're really strong. I've never seen you do anything like that before.
It was honestly just sort of a desperate attempt to not let this thing escape.
Well, desperation worked. I think. It's not in the shadows again.
It appears to be gone. There's no obvious signs of its presence remaining in the room.
Olvion, amazing work. It couldn't have come soon enough.
hopefully that's true. I'll still put together some sort of banishment rites and hallow the area. Its energy alone could corrupt the area.
I plop Locke down by a chest and just kind of like lay his head on it, and I fucking just kind of stand guard, keep looking around, kind of looking at shadows, seeing if things are gonna pop out.
I'm
Paranoid.
gonna walk over to Godric and walk. Godric, is he okay?
I mean, I don't breathe or.
Yeah, I know. I can't tell.
At least from what I can tell, I can still hear the shifting of his eyes.
The light's still glowing.
I walk up and I kind of caress his robotic lack of a face, and I sing a little song to him. You with the scrap dice, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize you've taken some damage. This world can be dangerous. And when you've taken all that you can bear, just call me up, 'cause I will always be there. As I cast Healing Word on him.
Nice.
Aw.
Is this what serenading looks like?
Sure.
Except Yes, it's like serenading, but magical magic is going for me. And it floats from my lyrics down into him as he heals 5d4 plus 5.
Ooh. No, Godric. This is what caring about your friends looks like.
It's your spell. Roll.
I
Go out.
beep at the button. We'll see. Glad they're not a sponsor because their app sucks. 18.
Thank you.
Well, I think it'll be alright. What about us? That thing killed a lot of people. You think they're gonna be mad?
No one is to blame for its actions except for itself.
I think the best way to look at it is we could have prevented this from happening, we would have. And we'd be blamed for it.
This is just a risk we have to take when we have to travel quickly.
Was this... I guess... Locke being all exhausted, it's... Maybe we can ask him later. But maybe not, he'll probably take it really personal. He tends to take these kinds of things hard.
Knowing him, he will.
It feels like, almost like... This is what a magical tornado is. It's something that can happen just because that's how magic works.
But I also do believe that our goals are worth the risk.
Nothing great can ever be accomplished if we stay within our comfort zones.
Yeah, but that's easy to say. We're not telling that to all the families that lost loved ones today.
It's true.
Well, we'll just have to make it worth it then, I guess.
Or we carry more of the burden, and with each passing day, they carry less.
Oh boy. I guess saving the world from dragons doesn't really count for much if it's overrun by demons.
Godric, grab Locke, we should leave this place. I'll return when I have the right reagents and see if I can hallow it, at least enough. Cleanse it, really.
Can one of you send a message to Ileana or Kavira that the problem is dealt with? And their tower is a disaster now.
Maybe apologize for that one.
No.
It's
no
not our
apologies
doing.
needed.
We're certainly not 30 feet tall demons.
You look over, seeing Trin right now. We've cleared the tower. We're not 30-foot tall demons. XOXO. Sorry. And a gold leaflet floats up and dashes off into the ethereal. Well, that's taken care of. I hope we should get word at least before they evacuate the whole city.
No, they were evacuating a tower, so I'm just gonna reach down, pick up Locke, and kind of on my shoulder.
I just hope that we're allowed back at the Bard's Tail, because I think we all need a rest.
I would very much like bed.
Could sleep in the temple.
If they have a bed. Actually, do you know what? Screw it. Give me 4, I have a bedroll.
Well, yeah.
That thing is not... It has been a long time since I felt fire and it burned my flesh.
Well, they're an ally to the cause, so I don't think they... There's probably a lot of confusion, but with some smoothing over, I doubt they think that we would summon some sort of demon. Not intentionally, at least. Just happened to take advantage of a hostile moment. But I think I can smooth it over.
Good.
Might take a little time, though.
Well then, let's head
You
down.
sent the message to Ileana?
Yeah, I did.
Your potions aren't, well, they're not as robust, I guess, as divine magic.
Not a chance.
Let me wake Locke. I'll place my hand on the top of his head since he's over your shoulder right now, and then focus some divine energy into his through his head into his soul automata, and heal him with a cure spell.
Ooh.
There's another one of these ones. Boop.
This tower is closed.
22 hit points of divine magic.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's not a competition. We all matter.
Well, matter enough to be awake. If we don't get to rest, neither does he.
Oh. Is that what heroes never rest?
Oh, cool.
Fuck. Oh,
It'd be funny.
fuck.
That would be.
I have 3 hit points. I need to rest.
As I'm proud of myself for healing Locke, I turn around with a slight smile on my face and see Katarina pretty much dead. Oh! I run over and put my hands on your shoulders.
If it's not too much trouble.
No, it's not. I'm sorry I
she's
don't notice
hurt?
these things as much.
I thought that was her shadow magic.
36. I'll channel that through the Ring of Sanity.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, I can't even tell you how much better that feels. Ugh.
I imagine.
Yes, actually, you're all kind of bleeding or burnt. I'll see what I can do in a little bit.
So you hear from Ileana? She, meet me in my private quarters in the tower. We have much to discuss.
Okay. So, we did this as a group. We can't leave Locke out to dry. We are friends. You know, we
why
just
would we
need to
leave-
stick by each other to the very end, no matter what. Yeah.
Why do you word it like that?
Oh, I'm just convincing myself.
Oh,
As I fold up the letter, we need to go meet her in her private quarters.
well,
All right.
while we're on that subject, this may not quite be the right time, but I may actually need to leave.
What?
We'll discuss it after.
Like a trip? Like a vacation?
When-
Like visiting the in-laws or something?
More like this was the vacation.
Where do we need to go?
I have to go home to Eridor.
Not you alone, surely.
Why?
They may be in danger.
So when do we go?
No, your mission is more important. I would go alone. We're very closed off people as is. I need to report to the council and
Godric
protect my home.
kind of stops and like turns around.
I'm sorry. I was looking for someone who gave a fuck.
Well, when did
I'm
When
going with
did-
you.
you become special? We went to like the afterlife for Katarina. We don't get to go on a family trip back to your hometown?
Look, let's discuss this later.
Do I embarrass you? Is that it?
We should go see what Ileana wants.
I kind of start pushing.
Trin, I banished a man for you, and I would do it again.
Yeah. So why?
I'm gonna start pushing
me down,
Alfeon
Godric.
forward. Nope, too late. And I pick up
me
you
down.
mid conversation, put you on my shoulder, and I just start pushing Alfeon towards.
Yes, I'm not leaving now. We'll talk to Ileana and we'll talk about this later. I just didn't want to.
Yeah, that's damn right. You're not leaving the house. I
Push myself off.
I let you.
I'm
I'm not like
hollering
holding.
at
I'm
you
just
from
like
the
I'm busy
shoulder.
dealing with these two.
In my head, you guys can probably still hear me. I'm like, thank God for this stuff, and I'm very heavily leaning on it as we walk down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you should give praise to Alatrari.
So, You leave the room and work your way back down the tower through the sort of decimation that the Balor left in its wake. The various rooms that he carved into or destroyed and walked through, the very foundations itself, like the staircases, are cracked from the weight of the Balor moving through the tower to the top. And then you find your way through a couple of different hallways to Ilyana's private quarters and study chambers. Entering, you see her in there, but you don't see Kavira in the room. Ilyana has all the dragon orbs in the room, so all 5 of them are just kind of staged on this table, and her back is turned to you all, and she's just kind of looking down at him.
Anti-scrying hood up. Every time I'm around the dragon orbs.
Makes sense.
Got the bell.
I put down Trin and kind of make sure Katarina makes it up fine.
Ilyana, I just see you. It's done.
That's what the goblin's message said. Either way, I'll close the door, and she just lifts her fingers and the door is closed behind you. Well, aside from the great deal of trouble that you brought with you here today, realistically, the Balor in the tower is not really the greatest concern that we have at the moment to discuss.
I agree.
So
Also,
we will not.
Quite a bit more dangerous.
What do you have to say?
I have a few things to go over. First, I have discovered that the dragon orbs, in fact, retain ancient dragon souls, those specifically, each one powered by one of Takisis's harbingers, her ancient generals from the Dragon Wars.
Yup, knew that.
Yes,
They were the most
suspected
powerful dragons under her command at the time. In their slumbering state, unfortunately, the orbs will be of little actual use, and they will need to be reinvigorated and re-exposed to another powerful draconic influence to awaken them to their full potential. At the moment, they are nothing but mere dangers. The influence of the slumbering dragons' only goal is to corrupt and control the minds of those who haphazardly or stupidly manage them. Once they're fully awakened and exposed to some sort of powerful draconic influence, we should be able to utilize them to their fullest potential, and it will be required to stop Takisis if she comes back.
And one or multiple of the metallics, would it be able to do this for us?
A metallic dragon will not work. It must be a chromatic.
Like, would they have, like, do we have to...
You are going to have to slay 5 ancient dragons so that we can ritually put them into the dragon orb.
Sweet.
Replace the slumbering souls.
Yes.
And what happens with those ones?
They will dissipate, overcome by the new will and focus of the ones who take their place. They will more or less, in simpler terms, absorb the weakened dragons, the harbingers within.
And then sorry, Katarina, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm just wrapping my head around this. We need to not only find 5 ancient dragons of each chromatic type, and then slay them, and then put these new souls into the orbs.
Now,
Yes.
does when we kill them, does the orb just need to be nearby?
No, there's a ritual associated. We'll require magic users in order to pull the soul from the dragon as it's dissipating and lock it into the orb. This is what I believe you witnessed in your vision at the tomb.
Makes
Was
sense.
this ancient ritual?
She brought down that dragon, so...
Yes.
What you witnessed was a glimpse of the very founding of the weapons that led to Keith's defeat, originally during the Dragon Wars. The first of 4 more that would come afterwards.
Do we even know for sure that the necessary dragons currently exist?
It is a bit of good or bad news depending on how you would like to view it. Sources from across the Gwinnett have come to us through the Banner Alliance from Kriot all the way to Suwon. Ancient dragons have awoken from obscurity across the continent, and many more dragons, younger, are awakening in the same way. We have word of a black dragon named Vanitas in the Shattered Coast,
Was Vanitas?
a blue dragon named Serexilus, the Sky Storm in the lands south of the Bravashan Empire, a white dragon named Thoth Dramar in the Stormlands, and the ancient green dragon Riven is currently leading efforts in wars against us here in Yvalari. An ancient red dragon named Thraldun has taken over command, it seems, of the war in Bravadis. Andrakar seems to be the new ruler of the Dracanian Dominion. Their armies invaded the Suanese Empire not so long ago, and they now wage a siege against their capital city. Though, with all of this, we have learned that there seems to be fewer ancient dragons in existence today than those we initially thought there were. Most of them taking up high command positions as generals, advisors, and scattered throughout the lands. Most of the actual fighting should be done by younger and less powerful dragons, much easier to deal with than their ancient counterparts. We are on the edge of open warfare as the banners of the Cult of Domination are now flying above Emrath, as well as the Draconian Dominion.
So they've made their actual presence known?
They have.
That's good news for us.
You
It'll
would
be a lot
think
easier
so.
to convince others what's going on now.
You would think that would be the case. Anara reported to me that the Metallic Council agreed to send dragons to confront those serving the Cult of Domination, and attempted to parlay with them into not bringing Takesis back. They were less than successful. They refused to acknowledge her return as a possibility, or that they had anything to do with the machinations involved with her being brought back to the material plane. Of which they also said anything said otherwise is disinformation spread by the mortal races to undo the gains of which they have rightfully taken to rule over dominions that rightfully belong to them. Emrath, so on and so forth, all the lands that they currently believe they will be conquering. They acknowledged the rise of the Cult of Domination as the official religion in Emrath after years of dragon animosity would be disturbing to the lesser races and frightening. But ultimately, they said that the Dragonborn, whether or not they chose to rightfully choose the Cult of Domination as their dominant religion and influence, and shift their alliances closer to their estranged kin in the Draconian Dominion underneath Andrakar's rule, is a matter of internal politics, and doesn't constitute outright warfare against their kind as a whole. They say all those that have been spotted or are currently living among Emrath are simply advisors and so on and so forth, and have no plans in taking a stance in open war against the Metallic Council or the races that they protect. Of course, we all know that this is an outright lie, and we know that the Cult of Domination's true motives are to wage an unceasing open war as soon as they can get Takesis back on the throne.
Well, whether the humans believe these are lies or not, surely they're not that short-sighted, regardless of the truth. Power is being sequestered to regions that would not call themselves allies, with Bravatis, the Shattered Coast, the Banner Alliance.
You'd be absolutely correct. Except the metallic dragons, again, without an open declaration of war from the chromatic dragons, refused to wage such a war. They have sent various metallic dragons across the lands in order to spy, watch, and confront those dragons who are acting out of bad faith in accordance with the chromatics and their own politics.
Something must be afoot. There's no way that dragons, the metallics, wouldn't consider it an act of war when Riven killed Bravam, if that actually happened.
We're not sure who killed Bravam.
The matter of their being cowards.
Well, Riven openly claimed it to us.
He also openly claimed who saw the vision? Katharina heard Andrakar say, or heard Riven talking about Andrakar bringing back the Kisis.
Yes, but
She saw that through the scry.
it's
I don't believe my word for it is enough.
Maybe
not
we can
only
show
that,
them.
but you'd have to believe that it was possible.
Either way, fighting and warring between individual dragons over disputes that they might have that reach back hundreds or 1,000 years is sometimes how these things are settled among dragonkind.
The cult
Unless Riven was representing the Cult of Domination in a declaration of outright war against the metallic dragons, then they wouldn't see it as such. They would see it as a civil dispute between the two that unfortunately led to the death of Bravam.
I suppose we don't have any proof that Riven is actively working for the Cult of Domination.
the cult are in Conewald and Kriot looking for the dragon crown. Is that not evidence enough? What else could they possibly
It's
need
evidence
that for?
of the machinations of the Cult of Domination, but not necessarily chromatic dragons as a whole.
We have no proof. Still.
We need to connect all chromatic dragons and their actions to that of the Cult of Domination. They say the religions of the children of Bahamut and the Dragon Reasonless are well welcomed within the borders of their expanding empires and influence. They claim open and fair trade disputes with Emrath for their invasion of Lindstadt. All of those would be recognized by all of the other kingdoms. The Banner Alliance prepares for war. Lior is at the strongest it's ever been thanks to getting rid of the negative influences of the Dragon Reasonless. Their armies are ready for battle, unlike the Banner of Alliance, which has suffered greatly underneath quelling local rebellions and militias, bandits that continue to raid their supply trains and stifle their movements across their lands. They will simply claim that an ancient dragon has every right. We are dealing with laws that surpass and have nothing to do with our mortal ideas of what are lawful and political. A chromatic dragon that awakes in its land and clays lame to 100 miles of open territory, it has every right to within dragon law.
Playing a different game than us.
Yes. So we have to meet their level of criteria to get the metallics to commit to full open war with their kin.
Well, it doesn't even sound like it's going to be possible to really get the chromatics to outright declare war, and they're not going to do such a thing until they've had a secure foothold of whatever their motivations are, whatever their ground they're going to take in the meantime. And then once there's no chance for the metallics to win, that's when they'll declare it. Until then, they'll act in shadows and deny, not claim responsibility. And if one of them even does get found, if we can even tie one of them to these kinds of actions, it'll be impossible to tie the other ones.
Well, what are the odds of... Even if we were to hunt down and kill a single one of these ancient dragons, I'm sure that must be a horrible crime on our part.
Self-defense. The chromatic have a very different take on killing other dragons. If we kill a chromatic dragon, he will simply be viewed by the others that live within his domain, the other young dragons within his sphere of influence, as being too weak and not worthy of the mantle and the office of which he has taken. Again, these aren't official stances these dragons have taken. We all know what the Cult of Domination is doing and how they are playing their shadow games. Which is why we are going to have to rely on you as mercenaries, adventurers, to deal with these issues themselves.
Yeah,
The goblin is 100% correct. They will not strike on all fronts until they know they have a distinct advantage, until they have located the dragon's crown and brought Takesis back. Once Takesis comes back, the Metallics will engage in open war. It will just more than likely happen very simultaneously. But as long as we get Bridget to the Dragon's Keep, as long as we unlock that potential and we get the Dragon Orbs ready, we will have a chance of fighting and winning on all fronts. But we need the Dragon Orbs first.
Until then, we're just adventurers seeking fame, fortune, and doing justice.
Well, honestly, it doesn't matter what we are to the dragons. The point is if they're not going to strike until they have the clear advantage, our job is to prevent that advantage at every turn.
Absolutely.
Each time they take a step, we stand in front of them.
I'm never one against killing dragons, especially the dragon.
The cause has more or less contributed a great deal of most of this information from across thousands of miles and hundreds of individuals working together. You can't just say that you're only adventurers working behind the scenes. There's so much more at your advantage and at your fingertips than I believe you realize.
Well, what I mean is, Cloak and Dagger playing their game. There's no concerted effort to stop them.
No,
Officially.
Consider this, though. With each one of those ancient dragons that you slay, it sows chaos into the legions and infighting into those who would take its place. Maybe temporarily until another emerges worthy of taking so, but from what we understand, Andrakar handpicks each one of those dragons that takes that post.
Then he knows no one else can do it if you pick that one.
That could be very true. Absolutely.
But it's a dangerous game of prioritizing hunting down these dragons over finding the crown.
We're
If
not
they
working
find
alone.
that first.
We are working all the resources made available now that I have figured out what we need for the Dragon Orbs has been made through the Silver Choir and all other avenues of intelligence, including the Inquisition, whose ambassadors arrived very recently inside the capital. We will use every avenue we can to uncover where this dragon's crown is and to take it from them. Without it, Takesis cannot be brought to the material plane. It was used to seal her there, and though her bounds may be released in the shackles, allowing her to rule over Avernus, she can rule there all she likes as long as she can't cross to us.
Then you're simplifying the task. It sounds as if multiple arms of whatever our organization is now will be doing recon, finding where these items are, finding the crown. Meanwhile, Thunder Dangerous is simply to wage a war against these ancient dragons.
Well, someone has to, and we can't appeal to authority, so we'll just have to be that authority.
We also still need to find the other keys.
Unlocking the Dragon's Tomb, the Dragon's Keep, and opening the Forge may be one of the only ways we may be able to get any form of effective weapons that may assist you in slaying these dragons. So first and foremost, the ancient dragons are not going anywhere.
So in the
True,
tombs,
and the tombs is first.
the tombs first.
We must get Bridget to the Dragon's Keep, which we have already begun to refurbish and stock and build. There should be a working and activated teleportation circle within a few days there. The Forge, of course, is locked behind multiple barriers and protections we can't surpass. Ancient draconic magic that even the Metallics of today weren't around for when they were set. Only those keys will get the Forge open.
So we still have 3 more tombs that we must find before we even think about hunting down these ancients.
Yeah.
So, then we know where 2 of them should be. Suwan and Kriyat. There was one in Lior. Where is that one?
The Leoran Royal Coast is a large swath of land.
There There could be
Coast.
another.
It may do well for us to put you in contact with Fensalar, the ancient copper. He may know.
It was just my suggestion. I've met Fensalar once. In passing, it was a simple greeting, but it's not a bad idea. Agreeable, a bit childlike, but for a dragon, hard to explain.
Is it the one? I think I've met that one.
I believe we met him.
I believe, yes. He reminded me of a cat.
Quite feline. But then again,
Animated.
dragons tend to be cat-like.
I was gonna say more like animated, very moving. And the ones that were lazy, he pranced.
Well, it's not a bad idea. And Kriat, we can get there. Thane said he had a circle there, right?
And then we just have to go.
Do we need to ask Thane, or do you have the information we need?
No, he gave me permission to come and go.
But perhaps we act with a little more preparation next time we portal.
Huh. We also should probably visit the Dragon Keep, if that is to be our base of operations.
Yes. And Suwon is going to be a problem.
Why?
If it's currently under siege by Andrakar, do we need to wait until that's settled, or shall we get in there during the chaos, steal the key right out from under him?
That one.
Basically, is it first or last?
Where did we believe the tomb of this dragon knight was within Suwon's lands?
We have no idea.
We have the art for it, the image.
That's true. It's been quite some time since I looked at that.
Who has the Turin? I believe you do, yes?
Yeah.
It's just a sketch of the image we saw that shows all the locations of the dragon tombs. Or part of it, anyway.
So I reach through my bag and pull out a little scroll, handy keeper, and I pop it open. And I slide out the sketch of the mural that hinted at the different locations.
Okay. So, when you look in the mural, my notes are huge.
Yeah, remember that one thing we did like
Um,
6 months ago?
So, you know that Joviar Zadala was the Suwon knight, and that it rode the Malara, the bronze dragon, the ancient bronze dragon. The thing. Hold on, I have this mixed up here.
And so there's not a tomb in Conewald. So do we still want to go there?
Yes, we
Or
still
did
want to
I?
do that.
Hold on.
To fix
What's-
your
I
brains!
I think I have something mixed up here. Just double check.
Right.
Is the coppers or
Uh,
bronze that
I have-
the ocean? It's bronze, right?
Yeah,
It's the bronze, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I remember, we had a silver dragon in Kriat.
So I have those mixed up.
The
Then
brass was Maralena's. In Bravanis, it was the gold dragon, which we just found the key for. In Lior, it was the bronze dragon. Something about the cliffs. Yeah, see in the artwork right there, the cliffs. And then in Suwon, I see these red ravines, canyons. That might help.
So Malara is the copper dragon. The copper in the art looks as though it's rising up from a series of red rocky ravines with these jagged archways, like dozens of them. It's like Grand Canyon, but there's like all these arches in stone that just kind of crisscross like these walkways all the way through it.
Can I recognize that?
You absolutely can, since you are from Suwon.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
They're the jagged. They're easily recognizable. You have to pass through them in the most kind of southern regions to cross over to the Draconian Dominion, the kind of badlands that are there. They call them the Dead Canyons.
Oh, those that's Suan. That must be that canyons. That's not too far from where I live. I've traveled through there a number of times.
Also,
Easier
this
for
does
more
mean that if they're
population.
sieging the capital of Suan, that means that they have captured all of that territory, including your home city, has fallen to the Draconian Dominion,
Yeah.
or surrendered to it.
Were there similar
way.
murals in the other two tombs?
Yes, it's the same mural,
Okay.
except each one placed an emphasis on the
On the-
colored dragon that was
yeah.
the tomb of.
We should... I hate to say it now, but we should have been destroying these murals as we went. Technically, they're maps, directions.
Technically.
It's true.
Well, it's too late now. We can only move forward.
Yes. Suppose.
But before we go, we still have to go to Cornwall to fix you and make it safe.
That would be the logical next step.
Yeah, it would.
So then, we're all on the same page of the next course of action.
Well, apparently
Cold.
we're not.
Well, Cornwall, and then a discussion of which tomb we're going to next.
Which tomb we're all going to next?
What were you thinking of splitting the party? You go to different tombs? Sounds
I
terrible.
wasn't.
That sounds terrible.
We're worried about Ulthion leaving.
Oh, I thought we already said no.
Well, we said no.
I don't
but
think we just get to tell him no.
short of restraining him and kidnapping him, then of course, Bert
Roger
might
reaches
have
back
an
and pulls
issue
out
with
some
that.
rope.
So, you
Roll
guys
for the
already
board.
know where you guys got brass. You already got gold. So, the
baby.
the bronze, the actual picture itself, the bronze is above, sweeping over an ocean of steep cliffs with rocky spires jutting from the surface.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I remember pointing out looked a lot like the coast of Lior.
Yeah, it's very much, for sure, the coast of the Ore.
Well, then if we couldn't find it, Fencelor probably could. The question is it best to start furthest from the public domination or closest?
I think it's not a matter of distance, but rather stability.
And how long it takes us? How long it takes to for Fencelar to get to us and then teleport?
Well, you gotta think the areas that are already under the control and domination from the cult and these dragons, those are probably the most at risk.
If they're looking for the tombs there, yes.
We know that they are. They were in Vanheim.
Well,
So
we at
we should
least know
start
that
in that
Riven
one.
is. So it could work both ways if we want to overthink it. It could be maybe Riven
This-
that isn't worried about
The
those
amount
places
of
because they're
time it would
protected.
take to travel to Suwon. It's past the length and breadth of Bravardis, past Nadir.
I believe they had a connection to there as well.
But this is the weakest that they'll ever be in that region again. And we are the least recognizable that we'll ever be.
Pretty sure in Vanheim they stumbled upon that tomb. And just looking at who was there, they felt like Imrathi adventurers. More like I think it was happenstance. They may have figured out what they were doing once they got there, but that may be the first tomb they've found. Which means if we killed everyone who had a good idea of what that mural was, we should be okay.
And it's possible that Riven will keep the secret of it, as he doesn't want to. We do
Reveal
believe
his
he's working
hand.
towards his own goals, correct?
Well, I think he's working towards the same goals, but like we were talking with the dragons anyway, they have a tendency to want to usurp each other, one up. prove their strength and power. Riven wouldn't give that information to other dragons unless he absolutely had to take a step up that ladder.
And right now, he's just about as far up as he can get without overthrowing Andrakar himself.
He is one of the ancient dragons we'll need to confront. I think perhaps we save Suwon for a while. Being that close to Andrakar might be a very bad idea without at least taking out a couple of his lieutenants.
Maybe us attacking one of his lieutenants will make him move to figure out why.
Yeah, you
I
could leave
suspect there's a
Suwon.
reason why Andrakar is attacking the Sultans
It's
so soon.
It borders the Drakenwrath. It's right there. It would be the logical next move for any campaign. If you look at the map, he's taking all of the lands that border the sea. Emrath, Thessia, all that along the swath will be taken.
There's also rumors of a lot of power in Suwon.
A lot.
Ancient connections.
Are you reticent to go back? Haven't you been there before?
Shamara.
Ah.
Across the sea.
Yes.
I did read about
You were saying that Thane has a portal to there as well. If he does anyone else want to pose the question of why he suddenly has every destination we need? Anyone
Ooh.
else spooked by that?
Thane?
Yes.
Thane does not have a portal to Suwon. He had a portal to Kriat, Asperia, and Imrath.
Okay, that's fine. Never mind. I retract my suspicion.
It would have been a good suspicion.
Just felt very odd.
Well done.
And short of Crom just gracing us with a gift, I doubt it.
I think the only gift Crom will ever grace us with is you.
You know what? I take that well. That's a good.
Well, it wasn't a joke.
I know. I meant that it made me happy.
Oh. Well, then I apologize.
You yourself are from the Stormlands, Cimmerian, are you not?
I am. Yes.
That is what I find quite odd and fateful, really. You're all pointed in very specific directions close to home.
I won't lie and say that being in Kriat would not make me want to go home.
The Temple of Kelvandria was quite close to your home. One of these dragons is near the Stormlands, or in the Stormlands. Suwon. Kriat's the outlier. Maybe that should be hit first. After Cornwall, of course.
Well, like you say, it's destiny.
I mean,
Or Lior forced. Lior, they're strong. They owe you a bit of a debt, I'm sure.
yes.
We know that's probably the safest of all the locations we'll need to go to at the moment.
And if we have help from Vincelar,
Well-
Alar, whatever his name is.
Vincelo.
I just said V. Vincelar. He could probably take us to
Vincelo.
another location.
Some dragons can do that, yes. Inara could help.
We could always ask.
Yeah,
Oh, it's definitely worth asking.
I could ask her.
What about you?
What about me? What we're speaking of now is the path of Thunder Dangerous. It's not my path. I was here for a very specific purpose, and that purpose may have changed. And although I fought beside you, I'm not one of you.
Of course you are. Whether you're physically with us or not, still are.
I would just like to say that we died together. Out of anybody, we're all together. We all have a right to be here.
I don't mean it as a bit of sentiment. More of a logical statement. As I said, being pulled in directions close to your homes. You set out on a quest long before you found me. And ultimately, I have to say I don't see a point in saving Gwinnett or Terrowyn if in the process I lose my entire home and everyone in it. I understand that that is a flawed philosophy, but it is one I have to follow.
Are you scared it's going to die? Like, what do you mean?
I had a
I
vision.
enjoy the sentiments, but
Oh, sorry, we're in your office.
I do. You have a few passing moments and such to take time and solace in one another's thoughts and such. And embrace one another if you'd like to.
I love it. I'll have it through.
Either way, I've laid out everything in front of you that I can, to the best of our ability and knowledge. The next steps are yours. You can come back to us if you find your destination, and we shall try to connect you there the best we possibly can. Try not to take too long, but feel free to rest within the city. Find Bridget, Marcus. The other individual Konari came here with you is also still within the city limits.
Good.
You may speak to them all, including Inara, who should be arriving within the city within the day.
As everyone moves closer to their goals, it might become pivotal that we can communicate with each other quickly over these vast distances. Do you have any thoughts on how we could do that?
I would suggest visiting the Osmoth hegemony and getting a hold of one of their gnomish communication devices. They allow for instantaneous transmission of the sending spell in its form, as opposed to waiting for the spell to pass its way through the various ley lines in the weave to find its traditional target.
Does it feel, is that magic interceptible? Do you know?
From my understanding of it, no, it is not
Interesting.
interceptible.
That's a good idea.
If I do believe, they did reach out and request that you arrive there to speak to them about equipment that they had prepared.
That's right. That was mentioned. Something about...
I think the first thing that I need to do is sleep.
The orcs are still requesting assistance in Fenralden. Their armies would be sorely missed if they were stuck defending their own borders.
Wasn't there a dragon up there?
There is.
It could be a great place to start stepping up. It doesn't sound like it's an ancient one, at least from reports that we're grinning, so at least taking one out of the fight might be the best place to start.
It'd be good practice.
Yes. I could put together a map, perhaps a plan of action. There are a lot of different directions pulling at us, and perhaps if we timed them right, came up with a plan, we'd feel a little bit less lost in all of these details, yes.
Well then.
Oh,
Sorry, there's just this looming image of a greater demon in my mind. It's haunting me.
well, thank you. We'll get some rest and definitely we'll be getting back to you soon. Come on, Katarina, let's go smooth things over.
Off the wall, but right. The rest then, yes.
Back to the tavern,
Yeah.
or to the temple?
Feather pillows.
You're not used to luxury in the temples of Gwinnett.
If you tell me they have feather pillows, we'll go.
Elven silk.
He means it's better than all the other silks.
If you're
That's
lying
exactly
to me,
what I
I'm
mean.
going to piss in your boot.
Why would I lie about that?
I don't know. I'm just making the statement now.
Why
I'm
would you piss
falling
in my
asleep
boot?
just thinking about it. Shall
Right,
we?
yes.
Mhm.
We'll go to the temple.
You hear me mumbling. Really only said that because I had to go. That's the only thing I had in my mind.
So Ileana unlocks the door and removes the barriers.
Perhaps it's best if we don't know where the orbs are for now, once you move them.
They will be moved once again to their resting place.
Perfect.
All right.
Onward
So you
to
all start
ale
to leave.
and food.
Ileana grabs you, though. Ulthion,
Yes.
a moment, while the others are leaving. You mentioned needing to return to Eredor.
I did.
Right there. I'm just gonna leave this here for the time being. Just
Oh, no.
continue to stare at it. We do have news coming from Eredor. Obviously, Inara spoke with the Metallic Council, and then sent that information to us.
Right.
It seems that Eredor is anticipating an invasion by one of the Black Fleets of the Drakkar. The Drakkar do seem to have aligned themselves with the Cult of Domination.
Of course.
Several dragons were spotted in their lands. It
Damn
makes
lost
sense
sworn.
to want to knock Eredor out of the battle and end our conflict once and for all with our lost, misguided kin. They're shoring up their defenses, but it was requested that you return home to the temple to speak to the elders, to report back to them on the success of your mission.
Shoring up the defenses yet again. We'll weather it like we had to before, every single time. But yes, I was planning on heading that direction anyway. This seals it.
What Dinara said was that they do not seem convinced that they should become involved in the greater conflict with the Kisis as of this moment. Eredor must defend its shores and battle its ancient kin as always.
This is not surprising to me. Every time I have come up against the council, no matter what it was, they were never convinced. They're stuck in their old ways.
That might be. All of us here feel the same way about all Blood Elves, though.
Yeah?
Your people could always abandon our dying and lost homeland and come here to Ilithir to start new lives. We would welcome you all within our borders.
I believe that, but we hold out a hope that one day we can welcome you within ours. A new, unified, rebuilt Eredor.
Either way, they
Thank you.
requested your presence.
Right. I appreciate this information.
Yes, but
I will go.
by the light and grace of the Seldarine,
May that light always find you.
it never seems to fail.
It's true. By the way, I saved your tower. Maybe drop an offering off.
I would say that we would discuss the individual who was slain at the tavern, but ultimately, I'm more concerned about the damage that the Balor did to the lands, to the people we lost.
Didn't know you knew about that, but I was a bit emotional. I've been shown things as of late.
Either way, there's nothing that I can do to hold you accountable. Your position and your rank within Eredor and the Blood Elves is beyond any measure of punishment or law that the circles have. But I, personally, don't agree with using magic in that way. We're supposed to be better than the other races that we look over. I would say that's very human of you to do.
So I've been around them for quite a while.
Either
Feels
way,
like an eternity. You're right. I will take your exhortation and do better.
I did forward this to the council, though.
How very responsible of you.
I doubt this is the reason that they would like you to come back.
Yes, I too doubt this. But still, thank you for the warning. Is that all?
That's all.
Good day.
As you're leaving, Kavira passes you, and she just nods. Being a blood elf herself, in heritage at least, it's easy to recognize her. And she goes in, and the doors close, and then you hear them lock.
I'll try to catch up with the others.
Doesn't take you long.
Nope.
We catch up.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're
Yeah.
hobbling.
Back to the Bard's Tale. They more or less have cleaned up most of it and shut down, but because you have an ally to the cause and they recognize the authority that he does have as a lore walker, they basically overlook everything that had happened because coin has found its way that direction to pay for repairs.
More coin
A note from the another lore walker agent left behind basically states that they will cover for the losses of life paid to the family from the incident.
The incident.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck.
As it will henceforth be
You know.
referred to as.
The Thunder Dangerous
Incident.
incident.
Incident 2, I feel like at this point. Incident 2. Incident 3. Yeah.
Rivergate, Greencrest.
Huh.
Oh, fuck.
Rivergate was as a result of a massive war, though. I
Oh,
wouldn't
I'm
say that
talking
was-
about Riven and the poison.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Greencrest.
Green
Oh, what did I say?
Greencrest. You said
Yeah,
Rivergate.
Oh, Rivergate was the
Green
first
Gate,
one. Yeah,
yeah.
Rivergate, Greencrest, and then this.
Yeah.
Those were my 3.
Okay.
Yeah, we fixed the second one. And the first one. And now the third one.
You do find an absolutely disheveled and terrified bugbear up in his room who hugs you as soon as he sees you. He goes, "Oh, Theon, I wasn't sure what was happening, but I was up here and there was shadows and the place shook and magic and people were screaming, so me and Misha decided to stay here. I hid underneath the bed."
And Misha protected you, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yes. I knew you were safe. I apologize for not telling you sooner. I was caught up in some things.
Around her is the safest place to be.
It's true.
She did raise concerns to me today that she is tired. She grows tired and weary of waiting to find a way to release her from this form, though.
Yes, well. Maybe we'll pursue that at some point.
She's already been in it for hundreds of years. What's 100 more?
True. True.
And she won't admit it, but I think she likes being a fox.
I'd like being a fox too. Wouldn't have to deal with
I don't know.
shadows and fire.
I don't know why, but I see
Yes.
Fox just kind of going. Curling back.
We may be going home soon. Well,
Soon as in tomorrow, or as soon as in a few days from now? A week?
less than 50 years.
No time to joke. Do we mean tomorrow, or do we mean sooner than that, or later?
It could very well be tomorrow.
Well, everything
It's
is good to go.
All right. I don't look forward to leaving them. I know I'm hard on Godric, and it took me a while to understand what Katarina was going through, but I care about them a lot.
They're just gonna follow you.
They'll listen when I tell them not to.
No, they will not. No, they will not. We both know that they will not.
All right.
We would have to destroy the Elven Way Gate and to stop them from getting there.
That's pretty drastic.
I know, which is why I'm saying, no, they're coming with you, regardless.
What if... No, they can't activate the Waygate. We sneak off in the middle of the night. Never see them again.
You don't think that Ilyana's capable of getting there now that it's active?
I think she'd respect my wishes.
Not 100% sure that's true. But I don't know her that well. And either way, Inara seems to have taken a fancy to the goblins, so there's that.
Fuck, you're right. I can understand that, though. There's a lot of very attractive qualities Trin has for Inara. They'll probably make a fantastic couple. Then what do you suggest? I don't want to embroil them in the politics of Eridor and fighting a battle on that front when there's so much else to do.
Well, you just have to accept they're gonna do what they feel like doing.
Well, the more I think about it, the more I think your prediction is stupid. They won't follow me. They've got
Alright, whatever.
bigger things to do, and they're not as concerned as I am. They don't know anything about Eridor.
That might be true, but I don't know. Whatever.
I'll
You
just-
always say that the mortal races are, erratic and nothing they do makes sense, but whatever.
I'll just tell them not to follow me. They'll listen. Especially Locke. He won't even ask.
That's probably true. You wouldn't think there was a soul of a living being behind that metal at all.
No. I think I saw him try to smile once. It was off-putting.
Oh well.
Well,
I think I'll go back to sleep then.
yes. Is that season for you? I'm sorry you haven't had a chance to hibernate.
It's always that season for me. Sleep it's good. Food is good.
Yes. True. Well, I'm gonna go talk to the group.
I think we should give them a night of rest. I think everybody has earned it.
That's true. Now is definitely not the time.
I assume the city will be here in the morning. I'm just the way things have been going lately.
It's a risk. It's a risk.
Yes.
All right. I think you're right. I could use some rest too.
You need time to reflect. You still need to think about what it is we need to do when we get to Eridor.
Oh, it should be simple. I have to convince an entire people to change everything about their most recent 1,000, 2,000 years way of life. Have them turn it all around and finally listen to reason. Join a war against a people that they haven't even seen in eons. I can do that.
It definitely does sound like the easier part of your task.
Fucked.
Convincing your wife to let you leave again, that's the hard part.
Shit. Convincing myself to leave again once I see her.
Even truer. Alright, well, I'm going to go to sleep then. Misha, where are you? She comes running into the room, jumps up on the bed.
Yeah, I'll rest too. I'll start setting up my bed and everything. Quick prayer to the Seldarine and thanks.
Okay. Misha's groaning. She's trying to get comfortable. Alright. Nice long night's rest then?
Yes.
Please?
Yeah.
Please!
Please!
I think Locke would like to put a down payment on 3 more.
Rests.
Oh yeah, we're relaxing for 4 days for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm not moving.
4 days.
Just tie a rope to where his backpack.
Alright.
All right, well that would work.
Just
So the last week's long events kind of wash over you and leave you as you go to sleep, ready for the next days or the next months or years' adventures and the monumental tasks ahead of you that you must overcome. Slaying 5 ancient dragons in order to steal their souls is no simple task. It will require every bit of ingenuity, strength of character, and strength of sword that you can muster to do so. It might require ancient magics and knowledge beyond your current capabilities.
Just a sword. Just a fucking
But nevertheless, it has to be done. Takesis and the rule of the chromatic dragons, their tyranny, cannot be left unchecked, and the world cannot suffer underneath their power once again. Tiamat cannot be allowed to have that victory over Bahamut. Until next Friday.
Woo! Ah!
I can't believe we survived.
Yeah.
Just had a head
Yeah,
We
tap.
really appreciate you guys.
Drives on a
Please
computer,
give the
use
channel
backslashes.
about 5 minutes of your time. They could turn into your next favorite streamer that way. We appreciate. Much love. Everybody's here. It's great. Awesome. I hope you like what we do. If not, then whatever. But we'll be here this Saturday, and we hope your Friday is as legendary. Your week is as legendary as our Friday was.
Bye.
There we go.
Bye, everybody!
Bye. We love you.